Oh, thank you for that perfectly timed Discord notification. Pardon me, still getting set up. So, basically, I could do more Stardew Valley in this stream, but like halfway through that series at this point, it kind of makes sense to have like if I'm going to put a gap anywhere, might as well have it be in the stream between the end of summer and the start of autumn. YouTube, are you being serious right now? Like, OBS says I'm streaming fine, but for some ungodly reason, it's done. Like, no, it's not. I've literally just started. I've dropped no frames. My connection's fine. I don't know what YouTube's problem is, but it's entirely YouTube's problem. Anyway, I'm still getting set up, so be not a fearful. You see, YouTube, you're telling me the video output's low. OBS is like, nah, fam, it's completely, entirely fine. I'm just getting over, like, the very final dregs of this cold. So that's kind of why I'm doing something a bit different today anyway. Well, that, and I kind of feel like there's some work I should be getting done anyway, so that's why I'm doing this instead of Stardew Valley, if that's quite alright with y'all. So I'm probably not going to be going for as long as I usually do, but we'll see how this goes. I'm sort of trying things out. See, this genuinely bothers me, that YouTube's like, oh, no, your video output's low. Like, it really isn't, because my connection is fine, and and suddenly, literally, the second I start complaining, YouTube's like, oh, no, actually, it's completely fine. And then OBS starts complaining, like, just basically at this stage, what is anything? Elliot, good evening. How is your entire actual face? Thank you for joining me this evening, and it's been a long time since I've done one of these, like, speak to people kind of streams as opposed to playing a game. So, as I said, I don't entirely know how it's going to work necessarily, so I'm just gonna, like, crack open a couple of other, like, windows in Chrome just so I can see what the heck is going on. Because, as I said, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll figure something out. And hopefully I shall have friends to join me shortly, forthwithly, and see, the further I get into this, the further down this rabbit hole I go, the more I worry that this isn't going to work. So, bear with. Nils, good evening. It may also be of interest to y'all that, so, a couple of months ago, I went back into university, like, after I'd finished, just because they'd requested my presence just specifically for, like, for a photo shoot for, like, a prospectus thing, and that came in the post today because I requested a copy of it just so I can see how my face looks in a brochure of sorts, and well, I have that with me. It's literally on the furthest end of my bed, so I'm going to need to do some extreme bending to grab it, so bear with. And YouTube is complaining that the stream output's low again when it's not. Like, does the stream look okay to people who are watching at the moment? Because, like, YouTube's complaining, but there's literally no grounds for it to be complaining. Like, everything's fine, and YouTube's like, no, I don't like this. Because that's what YouTube sounds like, obviously. Yeah, and I'm just going to flick through the booklet real fast, just to find the page that I'm on. I feel like I'm, like, right around the middle. Here we go. I'm on the, like, index page of the like, courses. So yeah, there's a photo of me inside a prospectus. It might be that I'm elsewhere in this thing as well. If I am, I've not seen it. So, me. Just in case you wondered. So, separate thing. I've not had the webcam down here in ages, so, oh, you can kind of see just, like, behind the chat, you can see the portrait that Jenna Terra did for me once, so I'm happy with that. That's on display. Now, I sort of briefly glanced through this prospectus just to see if there are any other photos of me in there, and I didn't see any. So clearly that's what I'm going to check for now before actually doing anything on the stream that I said I was going to do. Yeah, the main bulk of this stream is probably going to be hanging out with friends if they turn up, and if not, then I'll be working on Patreon scripts, because I have an obligation to the people who pay me over on Patreon to write scripts and perform them, and I've sort of not been in a position to do that for the past couple of weeks because I have been ill, and basically I've not been able to speak. So this is kind of also a good sort of testing ground for me to be able to see if I can speak expressively. So if this stream goes well, that'd be a good sign for things to come. Because basically, I want to spend a lot of tomorrow just blasting through, like, recording scripts and getting Patreon videos ready. Because the sooner I get the Patreon posts ready, the sooner I can put the previous Patreon videos public on YouTube. So people who aren't paying for it on Patreon can get to see them as well. Just, obviously, a month out of step. And incidentally, if y'all have any thoughts... Oh, I just realised that I had a spot on my cheek in this picture and they didn't Photoshop it out, but you can't see it because my... Okay, separate tangent, which I'll come back to in a second, but... So this webcam claims to be HD. It quite clearly isn't because I look like a watercolour painting, but, like, what hell even, you know? So, yeah. I've completely forgotten what I was just saying, but... If, at this point, you had anything to say to me about my Patreon or literally anything about this channel, do speak to me because I'm listening. Yes, I'm down with the sickness. As the music. Of course, you'd know because you review music. Niels Ruth. I see the. I'm trying to be funny. This is my face when I'm trying to be funny and flipping through a booklet at the same time just to see if my testimony is in there. And somehow I don't think it is. Like, they said, oh, write about 300 words and then come in for a photo shoot. And so I wrote like 500 words and came in for a photo shoot. And hey, they used one photo from the photo shoot. And I think none of my testimony, but hey, I still... At the very least, I got a £10 gift voucher out of it, which, looking at the voucher, it's like all the shops that it applies to I wouldn't go to anyway. Like, they're all either restaurants or clothes shops that I don't care about. And so I did all this for £10 I can't even spend. But on the plus side, I can basically just sell it to my father because they're shops that he does go to. So, yeah. See, I would have thought that I'd be mentioned on the media page in this booklet. I can at the very least say that this sort of wall of stills, like, they were made by my classmates, so I at least know the people who made those films, but I was TV and radio, so my stuff is not visual. Oh. Unrelated. I've been in that photography studio. This doesn't mean anything to anyone, I happen to have been there. So... You know, I'd forgotten how hard it is to carry a conversation by oneself. I was contemplating as well putting in, like, background music or something, and I could do that, but then that would be something for the people to copyright me on, so... Anyway, what I wanted to do was pop over to Google Docs and just sort out one of my next scripts. And I kind of don't want to show that on the stream itself, because otherwise then I would be spoiling stuff that's supposed to be Patreon exclusive for a whole month. So, if you feel me, then consider yourself feeling me. Yeah. I'm still trying to work out how my whole, like, screen setup should be, so that I can see the stream, and the chat, and also the thing I'm actually working on, and... And then I'll just cough several times obnoxiously. I kind of want to take my shirt off as well, but I'm on camera for once, so I kind of can't do that, so... I'll just lean off to one side and turn on the fan instead. And if that gets obnoxiously loud and grating, then soap be it. Let it be soap. And hey, it's a test stream. Let's all feel each other. I don't know what this gesture is. See, this is why I never put myself on camera. Trying to frame myself a bit better, because goodness knows I have a Bachelor of Arts honours degree in media production and I just don't even give a fuck about framing with a camera. Well, what can I bring any visual props onto screen to be entertaining before I get to... I'm just putting off doing work at this point, but... Okay, here's a scarf my mother made ages ago, and then I wound it up into a ball because it's... Actually, from here it kind of looks like rainbow toilet paper, but, you know. Okay. Completely unrelated thought that's got nothing to do with what I'm actually doing this evening, but I was talking to SuperAlex641 earlier this evening, just about toilet paper etiquette, and, like, I hang it that way. I put it under. And if I go to someone's house and they've got it that way, like, if they have it going over instead of under, I will turn it around for them, because I am just that kind of chaotic neutral. Just because, having grown up with cats, it makes more sense to have it that way around. Like, there's logistics to it. Anyway, I should get to writing, but I don't know how I can present in, like, an entertaining way whilst still writing. You feel me? Hopefully if other people turn up in the Discord call, then at the very least I'll have that going for me, but for the moment I don't. So, thing is, last time I did a test talks, I don't even remember what I did. I know at some point I did, like, flash escape games, and I keep gesturing with the mouse. You can't see the mouse cursor on the stream. I did escape games. I know I've done Q&A before, so if you have anything to say to me, say it to me, because I can see it and respond to it. And I suppose I should advertise the stream elsewhere as well. There we go. I have suitably self-advertised because I am a bath noodle, a banoodle for short. What is the meaning of life? That's as good as you're going to get from me, because I'm just terrible at existing. So, at some point, I kind of do want to do, like, a how does Tess make his Patreon videos kind of video, but I don't know if anyone cares, is the thing. See, for those who aren't aware, I do have a TessHex Discord server, which is open to the general public, and there's also an exclusive channel just for patrons. And I've asked about it in there, and people are like, maybe, I don't know. So, if people would care about the making of a Tess video, then let me know, I guess. Also, I just realised the script that I'm writing today is about a game that was literally released 9 years ago, almost to the day, because I'm just looking at the fast facts now. I need to work out a way of working it into the script, but, like, according to the fast facts, it was released on the 25th of August, the 4th of September, and the 15th of October in 2009, so this is weirdly well timed. But the biggest problem that I have with the Patreon videos is probably also the bit that the viewers give the fewest shits about, but, like, I pride myself on, like, the opening gag joke things right at the beginning, the, just anything that comes before the opening, like, title sequence, and I know people kind of, well, I don't know for certain, I feel like people don't really care about those or whatever, but I don't know how I do the opening section without having something for the opening titles to lead on from, so I need to think of a good way of referring to that, and with this particular thing, I know I've made a joke about, like, I've made a joke in the past combining this game with All-Star by Smash Mouth, and I kind of can't, I just can't bring that one up again. So, if all else fails, I'll come back to that. So, I guess I'll just start writing the script. If nothing else, having y'all here, like, in the chat and just generally adhering to my face, that's kind of encouraging. Like, on one hand, it's difficult to write a script when I'm presenting at the same time, but on the other, it helps to have this sort of motivating factor of, hey Tess, you're on stream to write, so write. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna be, like, looking there and down there, because the camera's there, but, like, my keyboard's all the way down here, so lovely and beautiful. Hopefully, if other people turn up later on in the stream, that would be of benefit to me, but I can't force them out of their daily routines, because Joth, for instance, she's doing university stuff, and more power to her. I graduated this year, so yeah. Problem is, as in most pursuits, I tend to be quiet when I'm working. Like, I'm not gonna, like, read out every single word I type as I type it, but at the same time, speaking words whilst typing and saying words that I'm not typing whilst I'm typing something else isn't easy. So this may be a lot of dead air stream-wise. I don't know how this is going to be, and so I thank you for putting up with me and being patient and stuff. So at the very least, I should start with the classic "Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons," and that's just all the stream, just me being silent and typing elsewhere. Like, should I just have the microphone and the keyboard just right next to each other so that you can hear me just spamming away at the words? that would at least give some context to what I'm doing. Problem is, usually, like, when I write my scripts, what I have is like a skeleton script that tells me what I'm doing. It like has a load of headings that I then fill in, and I have the pre-intro, then the title sequence, and then the abstract. And half the time I want to write the pre-intro first because I have like a good opening gag in mind, and then I follow on from that when I'm writing the abstract. But then the other half of the time I want to write the abstract first because that comes to mind more easily, but it's supposed to follow on from the opening gag, and just I write myself into a corner, clearly. And thank you, Heartbeat, thank you for approving of my eyebrows. I have no idea what I'm doing, I realise. So honestly, streaming this is probably a terrible idea, because at this point it's been a lot of out loud procrastination to you, my lovely people. But then again, I guess the actual script writing was only ever meant to be like a secondary whilst I'm also here, because this is a Tess Talks, so Tess Talks for probably only like an hour or an hour and a half. I don't know. This won't go anywhere near as long as any of the Stardew Valley streams anyway. Just looking at other things on the internet though. Earlier today, the United Kingdom confirmed participation in Eurovision, and yay. At the very least, they've said that they said they're going to keep doing Eurovision You Decide, which is good, and they're going to bring it back to BBC Two, which is good, because in 2016 and 18 they put it on BBC 4, which is like the old people and documentaries channel. Like, it's a channel that basically no one watches, and BBC Two isn't quite as big as BBC One, obviously, but it's still more significant. So that's what they did in 2017, and obviously that got in much greater viewing figures than 2018, because it was on a Friday as well, whereas this year You Decide was on a Wednesday. And like, why would you have such, like, why would you deliberately put the national final on such a stupid channel on a stupid day of the week at a time when people aren't going to be watching? And yes, Germany, we're very proud of you. I mean, genuinely we are, because congratulations on the result this year. And what kind of makes me sad, though, is that I'm just looking at Wikipedia at the moment, because, I mean, I know people say, oh, Wikipedia is not reliable for anything. Like, if you try changing even a comma on a Eurovision article on Wikipedia, they will just ban your ass, so, you know. But, like, what makes me sad is literally the first country to announce that they were going to take part was San Marino, because they're like, hey, 1 in 360, we'll do that again. But then it's since developed that, like, no, they're just going to do 1 in 360 again, we don't know if we're going to use it again, but please do, Soonmu, because seriously. And so, apparently on the 9th of this month, SMRTV were like, actually, we've not decided anything about 2019. Like, come on, San Marino, come on, you're this close to doing well. Ooh, apparently I can do high-pitched noises. That's good to know. Also, just looking at the other countries, I keep gesturing with the mouse, you can't see the mouse. But looking at the other countries section on Wikipedia as well, I just happened to glance at the entry above San Marino, and it's Russia, and just one of their channels is called, well, I don't know how you pronounce it, I think Pierwszy Kanal, but just, it looks like the word pervy in English, and just that's loosely amusing to me, I guess. So, what's the deal with the German national finals then? Because, like, in this country, obviously, they can't make up their mind because they don't... I should gesture with this hand because it's not covered up by the chat. Like, in this country, the BBC kind of don't know what they're doing. Because, obviously, this year, 2017, 2019, it's on a good day of the week on a good channel. 2016, I want to say it was on a Friday, and 2018, for some stupid reason, it was on a Wednesday, and, like, no one's going to watch if you bury a show on a Wednesday on BBC 4. So they've learned from that much, at least. And they've got some new guy as well involved with the song selection, I think. At the very least, it's a name that I don't recognise. So that might go well. I don't know. And I've just popped over to Tumblr as well, just to see what's going on over there. And literally the first post I see is, the music needs to be louder than your thoughts. Like, big mood. Speaking of, how many people actually know that I have a Tumblr? Because I have a Tumblr, and honestly, it's... oh my fucking god, that's a good point. But yeah, I have a Tumblr. It's just for extremely Tess thoughts, so that's a thing. But just I happen to, again, looking through my Tumblr dashboard, this year's Halloween is just going to be a national Fortnite convention. Oh my god, that is probably true. Like, I know nothing about Fortnite the game. Like, I know it's the big thing at the moment, but I don't know, like, I don't know anything about it. But I hate that everything's become the Fortnite dance. Like, all of these dances existed before Fortnite. So, and okay, the fact that the German national final is at least on Das Erste, like that's just an automatic win. In my, obviously not at the contest, but like in terms of the UK national final hasn't been on BBC One for years. I mean, at the very least, You Decide has been on BBC 4, BBC 2, BBC 4, BBC 2. And it's not even like they're owned by different companies, so it's not like they're deliberately going back and forth. Sorry, I just got distracted by seeing like a really good Tumblr post that was just... Oh, wow. Just looking at Steven Universe fan art that I've seen on Tumblr where it's like just hypothetical fusions. Because I had a dream last night that they'd announced the next episodes of Steven Universe and they haven't. They haven't announced what day it's going to be on as far as I've seen, but they have at least announced that it's going to be on BBC Two. And like that's my big thing. But yeah, the BBC does need to get good, because like last year, they, as in 2017, they were so good about this. They were like, yeah, we'll confirm right at the start of the season, yeah, we'll give you a solid date for when our national final is, yeah, we're going to put it on BBC Two at a good time. And then 2018, they were just like, well, you know. And this year, they've literally waited until now. So honestly, I don't know what their deal is. One day, I would like to infiltrate their ranks and take control of it for myself. Not in a evil genius taking over the world kind of way, but just put me in charge of Eurovision and I will see to it that things go goodly. And come to think of it, just bearing in mind the last couple of years, I'm very interested in what the Netherlands is going to come up with as well. And actually, it's just occurred to me, I'm look back on Wikipedia again, just looking at the various, like, we've had quite a few, like, national final dates confirmed already. Like, Estonia's on the 16th of February, Finland's on the 2nd of March, Sweden's on the 9th of March. Like, I'm surprised we have this many concrete dates. Also, I am glad that Czechia is still in. And also I've been following Bulgaria. Well, I mean, I follow Bulgaria on Twitter anyway, but like they've been interesting recently, because they're like, oh, well, maybe we shouldn't aim to win. Well, what? Like, I'm not saying don't bother taking part if you're not trying to win, but like, sincere question: if you're not competing in order to win the contest, why are you there? It is a contest rather than a showcase. So there needs to be a balance. Like, it shouldn't just be pander to everyone's tastes in a really obvious attempt to get points, Sweden. But at the same time, it shouldn't just be, oh, we don't care about the results. Here's a really esoteric wailing woman in a dress you've never seen before. Like, there needs to be a balance between two. Like, a song has to represent a country, but it has to be of a competing standard as well. So... Oh, is it? See, I'm looking over here because, like, from my point of view, the chat's there, but, like, I need to look this way because that's where the chat actually is on the camera. But I was not aware that there was a chance I might get more than 6 finalists this time. That would be good. So, yeah. But, yeah, Friday or Saturday, otherwise BBC just put it on a Friday or Saturday. And as for Fortnite, yeah, that's more or less what I expected, Heartbeat. So, thank you for the confirmation. I hope Switzerland sends something good next year as well, because they were so utterly robbed this year. I have 50 billion sads. Also, just completely unrelated to anything whatsoever, on the Lively Planet Discord server, which is the one I'm in the voice channel for, just in case anyone's around, like Laura or Alex or Joth. The main general chat channel of that, you know how on Discord you can have a thing at the top of the screen that's like the channel topic or channel description or whatever? Well, like, sometime over the past couple of days, Alex changed it to, and in block capitals, I quote, "Stick a vacuum up my ass and suck the sadness out," because I saw a gif on Tumblr of just animated fancy text saying that at like 4 in the morning, and it just made me giggle. Good evening, Indigo. And it just made me laugh, and I sent it to him. Bear in mind, like, this was 4 in the morning for me, so that would have been 11 o'clock at night for him. And he just pointed out that you can sing that little thing to the ditty.it about the Nintendo Switch, which if I've never shared it, then I should. I might post it to Twitter at some point. But okay, Hubby, that is a fair point. And who is? That's a good question. Who is John? But right, I've not listened to any of the Swiss songs. I do know that Sebulta is among them, and obviously Sebulta is Man Queen, but I haven't heard his song, so I don't know. And right, it is true, like Montenegro, for instance, which I'm surprised Montenegro isn't on the list of countries that were already confirmed, because their head of delegation a couple of years ago said, we will never not take part in Eurovision. It's great advertisement for us, and we shouldn't be sad if we don't win. Like, that's absolutely the idea to have, because, like, you should be wanting to win, but you shouldn't be like, oh, second place is the first of the losers. Oh, like, you know, again, it's about finding a balance. So it just seems like a bit of a waste to only take part for the views and not put any serious effort in. Also, right, since I'm here, I'm going to go onto the page for Poland, because earlier, like, we're watching a game show over dinner. Like, I've discovered Tenable on ITV. It's a really good game show, hosted by Warwick Davies as well. He's a really good host. And the name Lydia was mentioned. I think it was Jane Austen characters. And the name Lydia Kopania popped into my head. And yeah, I thought so. She was 2009. Because like, I was thinking, that sounds like a Polish Eurovision entry, possibly from the junior contest. Nope, adult contest 2009, Lydia Kopania, I don't want to leave. I thought so. I'm surprised. Okay. I could swear that Poland qualified in 2009, and apparently they didn't. And UMCOR being one artist exclusive, that doesn't surprise me on one hand, but then on the other, I don't know about Finland, because, like, on one hand, it would make sense for them to want to do the one artist thing because it got them into the final for the first time since 2014, but at the same time, was that just Sara Alto? They came second last, and I know, there'll be an interesting one to keep an eye on. Like, basically any country that, like, bumps up their efforts in compete, like, that if they mix up their national final and do something different, they're always going to be someone to keep an eye on. And oh, right, okay, just this here, like, this was taking a moment to register in my brain, like, why would it cost them more money to send a song to Eurovision in a different, no, they're charging people, okay, that I was not aware of. So the thing is, like, maybe this is just me as an English speaker, and if so, I'll admit that that's just me being me. And I do speak foreign languages, so it's not as if I can only, like, I can speak German, I can speak Spanish, I can speak a bit of French, bit of Italian, little bit of Swedish, bit of Japanese, so I'm much more lingual than most English speakers. But at the same time, I do worry that some countries kind of get the wrong idea when it comes to, like, oh, we should send a song to Eurovision in this language or that language. Like, if the language is your first and foremost concern, then that's kind of a problem. Because, like, on one hand, obviously, yeah, be proud of your national language. On the other, if you send it in English, it's got a wider appeal because more people are going to understand it. There was something stuck in my hair, I was trying to pull it out. I always have this problem with headphones. Like, when I have my fan on and I'm wearing headphones, my fan kind of gets some hairs loose and just blows it into my face, and it's just really annoying. But yeah, so I speak, like, so many more languages than the average Brit. So this could just be a me thing, but I think countries take it too personally, the whole language thing, because, like, I do think that with Eurovision, if you put in a rule saying you have to sing in so-and-so language, that's silly, that's stupid. You should not be trying to restrict artists in that way. But obviously it is boring when every single song is in English. But I think countries shouldn't be dismissive of songs that are in English if that's going to, like, represent them better. Like, for instance, if you had, like, a song in A Steel Owl, for instance, where there's an English song that is indicative of the Estonian charts versus one that's in Estonian and is, like, this really esoteric, weird, experimental shit that no one's ever heard of, I would go with the English language song because it's a better representative of the Estonian musical zeitgeist, whereas the esoteric one is just Estonian for the sake of it. And that kind of extends to, for instance, Estonia 2008. Crazy Radio? I forget how you pronounce it. It's Crazy Radio, but in Estonian, where they were singing in very, very disjointed Serbian, and then a little bit of Finnish and a little bit of something else. And I think it was German. And, like, that's foreign for the sake of it, but taken to a logical extreme. And, like, I'm not saying that every Eurovision song in a foreign language is just Leto Svet, because obviously that's not true. Because there are some absolutely beautiful songs that are not in English. Like, it's just, I think some countries take it too personally. They put too much stock in what language a song is in, when really that's just... It's almost like the file format of the song. You know, like, are we going to get to the point where there's some sort of, like, preference, like, oh no, you need to submit your song as an MP3 because .wav files are just statistically worse, or oh, if we submit a song on a cassette tape, that's better representative of what we want to, like, is it just me? Am I going crazy? Am I making any sense whatsoever? I find it hilarious as well how through all of this I said I was going to work on a script, and I just can't because I'm focused on, like, addressing the chat, and so my mind is in presenter mode rather than writing. Like, it's surprisingly difficult to multitask. Anyway, on the junior Eurovision front, just to bring that into the equation, I've been looking at the Wikipedia page kind of on and off, but I've not really listened to any of the songs, which is funny because Malta have their song and I've just not listened to it, even though they've been consistently one of my favourite entries for every year since, I think, 2014. But I'm really, like, Kazakhstan are picking their entry in a couple of days, and I am very much like, that is one that I probably will listen to ahead of time. Probably Macedonia as well, and Wales, obviously, because Wales is like my child, because they're local or something. Also France. I'll be interested to hear what they send, because France's previous and only junior Eurovision entry up to this point is just the most French song I've ever heard, and it's adorable. So we have that. I can't believe, as well, that I've just been talking for half an hour. Like, what? How did this even happen? Hopefully, though, you can hear how, like, compare this to, like, the last 2 weeks of stream. I sound so much, like, so much better in terms of... Victoria, we have established little T does not exist. Like, congratulations, that, why is that the first word that came to mind? But happy sleeve, blah blah blah. But of course, clearly the UK should send a song in sign language. Like, it does seem really stupid to say, oh, no English ever, because if a country wants to better express themselves on an international stage and that, then, like, basically, as I said, if you have any rules that restrict an artist, I think that's stupid. Like, the 3-minute, like, songs have to be 3 minutes, that makes sense. Don't swear, that makes sense, because it's a family show. But I personally feel like you shouldn't tell an artist, you have to write for an orchestra, or you have to write in so-and-so language, because, like, that's unnecessarily limiting the artists just for the sake of ticking a box, which seems really stupid. And saying, oh, English songs are inherently worse because it's... I don't know what reason you could even have for that. Like, that sort of feels like... I don't know, like, there's... I can't think of a good way of describing this, because, like, it would sound... Like, it would sound insulting. I'm trying to think of a good way of describing it. Sort of like, if you say... I don't even know. Like, saying that, oh, if two identical people bake a cake, but the only difference is the gender of the person who made the cake, then, oh, one of them's inherently better because I don't know. Like, the pieces are there. I'm trying to put them together in the form of a logical argument. K-pop at least exists, by the way, Victoria, but J-pop, though. Why is K-pop the big thing, though? Okay, actually, genuine kind of point of bitchery on my part, but over on Tumblr, right, I've been seeing so many promoted posts for BTS, and, like, nothing personal, but I do not give a shit about them. Like, I've never heard any of their music, and, like, they just don't seem like my sort of thing, so maybe I'd like them if I gave them a chance, I don't know. But, so the point is, I was sick of hearing about it because, like, this, if I'm going to get into it, it's something I'll get into on my own time. But So I blocked the BTS tag, and it's still trying to push these promoted posts on my dashboard. That, like, instead of not promoting to me at all, it's just, hey, here's a promoted post. By the way, we've censored it because it contains a tag you don't like. Click here to see the post. Like, if it's a post I've blocked, don't fucking show it to me. Is it really that hard? Ah, yes, obviously, Victoria. The reason why I feel so strongly is because I'm secretly a member of a boy band that is BTS's biggest rival. Why not both? I did have a dream last night that Japan had been invited to Junior Eurovision, so that would have been fun. Send baby metal. But, see, I think the swearing thing is kind of up for a bit of debate in terms of, like, countries that don't speak English natively tend to have a much, like, they're much more relaxed when it comes to swearing, but in the UK especially, because of, like, Victorian politeness sort of bleeding into the modern day, like, we're a lot more sensitive. Like, I know I swear like an absolute trooper in my videos, and that's just me and my personal style, but in day-to-day society, like, on TV, for instance, you're not allowed to swear or show anything untoward before 9 o'clock in the evening, and if you do, you have to apologise for it, like, publicly, and also pay a fine to the, to, I think it's Ofcom, whoever it is that regulates these things. So, maybe it is just pandering to the UK, but I feel as though countries that speak English natively on the whole are much more sensitive to swearing, whereas I'm not that familiar with how swearing even works in foreign languages, because, like, obviously it's a recurring theme, it's present in a lot of languages. I know a couple of sweary expressions in a couple of languages, but I think they're not viewed as strongly, in the same way that, like, alcohol, for instance, isn't viewed as strongly in some other countries. Like, supposedly, I think it's France, where they're like, oh, hey, child, you've just turned 5, have some wine. It's something like that, anyway. It's a bit of an exaggeration. So other countries are a bit more relaxed about it, but I still feel as though, like, I think the EBU is appropriately strict because of how strict, like, I'm not saying the EBU should follow the UK, but, like, the UK and the EBU are kind of on the same wavelength when it comes to strictness for this sort of thing, and I think that's about the right level that you're policing for a family show. And Heartbeat, yeah, I feel this because, as I said, I had a dream that they'd announced the next episodes of Steven Universe, and they haven't, and I'm sad. But, okay, just a thought that just reminded me of, though, blah blah blah, is because they've announced the UK national final plans for the coming year, I do hope, even if it is just 6 songs again, I hope that they actually tell us the results. Like, that they don't just say, oh, the winner is so-and-so. Like, that's one thing that I don't like about You Decide. Like, they rush to cram everything into 90 minutes. Like, the 90-minute limit has to take precedence over everything else. So we never get to hear the full results. We never hear who came second. Even though, like, with the BBC, people who watch the BBC have to pay a license fee, which is why they don't have adverts. We need to literally pay them money to see their channel. And, like, there's that payment, and you have to pay to vote in the national final as well. So they kind of owe it to us to tell, like, publicly, who came second at least. Because otherwise, what's the point of having a national final at all, when you could have decided this behind closed doors? Like, it could be that the winner is genuinely the winner, and honestly, I would find that very easy to believe. But if they don't tell us, then what's the point in the first place? Yeah, exactly, Nicholas. Or at the very least, start, like, if they're pressed for time, start with third, then second, and then first. But publish it online later, or something. We have the Freedom of Information Act, and they've tried to weasel a way out of that as well, and it's ridiculous. So, like, sort of a dark personal fantasy of mine. Take part in You Decide, win, and then when Mel or whoever's hosting is like, oh, do you have anything you want to say? yeah, who came second? And then just the whole stadium will just go, oh, and the BBC's like, oh shit, we didn't plan for this. Just cut to end credits. And then there is no way, even if someone called them out on it, there's no way they'd actually tell. Which is stupid, because why would you not? What are you hiding? If you have nothing to hide, you could just fucking tell us. They never publish it anywhere. It's so annoying. And I don't even know who Jessica Alba is, so congratulations, Heartbeat. Congratulations on pregnancy. Yeah, I mean, I would say I feel that, but honestly, I feel that way about every single year since Joe and Jake, and I'm not, like, I am not saying that I suspect foul play, because I don't. I think that the results were honest, but I kind of can't prove that unless they tell us what the results were. Like, why would they not publish it at any point? Why? Yeah, like, that's the point, actually. When I was in university, not this year but the year before, I did like a mini project for radio that was like a little, like, 20-minute thing about Eurovision, I think. And for part of that, I actually interviewed Carl William Lund, and I asked him, and even he didn't know where he placed in the national final. Like, he didn't even tell the artists who didn't finish first where they finished. Like, that's so dumb. Apparently, I still can't hit those high notes. That's disappointing. I'll be interested to watch this stream back as well, just to see if I can, to see if I still sound ill, because, like I said, I want to get these scripts done, and I want to, like, perform them and get the Patreon videos ready, because, honestly, just to be entirely too real for a hot second, like, I have been going through some major self-loathing about my Patreon stuff, because, like, on Patreon, like, I say, oh, I'm going to put this video up on this date, and this video up on this date, and for the past, I don't know how many months, I've not been able to get them out on time for a number of reasons. First, we had that really horrible heat wave, where, literally, I had everything in my room set up so that I could sit down and record, and it was literally, like, if I closed my bedroom door, it was like an oven in here. Like, I literally would not be able to sit down and record that video. And then after that, I had a serious depressive episode, so I couldn't record then either. And now I've had this cold, so I literally, like, my nose is stuffed, my throat is scratchy as hell, so I couldn't even speak properly. Like, I don't even know how I sound at the moment. I don't know if I sound good enough. Like, I know I can't go exaggeratedly high, so I can't fully emphasize or emote my scripts, which is really annoying. So I'm so sick of missing all of the deadlines that I set for myself, because it makes me look unreliable, and, like, who the hell would pay me on Patreon if I'm not going to be reliable? And I so fucking hate that about myself. But you didn't come here to hear me murder myself, but, like, that's the other thing. I don't know what it's like in other countries, necessarily, but in the UK, because of, like, culture and weather patterns and whatever, it's not considered normal to have air conditioning. Literally, like, I remember moving into this house, like, the first summer we lived in this house, it was, like, a really warm summer, and we were just like, fuck it, we can't take this. And we went to the local B&Q, which is, like, a garden centre / hardware store, and we bought 2 of those fans. Also, by the way, just plushie collection down there. Just, I've been organising those lately. But, like, we bought 2 of those fans, one for my room, one for my parents' room. And, like, that's good enough for now, but, like, at the height of summer, especially this year, it's been absolute arse garbage. So even with my fan on, like, it was difficult to record during the heatwave. So yeah, basically I hate myself because I'm not good enough to meet my own standards, or something. Also, by the way, in case anyone cares at all whatsoever, that over there is where I record the Patreon videos. Like, I literally put a chair in front of that bookcase and put a camera on my tripod, my only camera, as it happens, onto the tripod, and yeah. In case anyone cared about that whatsoever. And it kind of bothers me as well, because, like, this is the first time for, I think, a couple of years that I've had, like, a proper, like, proper cold. So I know I did come down with something ever so briefly at some point, I think in, like, October, December of last year, maybe, or it might have been the year before, but, like, that came and went pretty quickly, and so to be knocked out for 2 weeks when I have these deadlines piling up, I can only be really salty about that, because, like, I'm behind on my Let's Plays as well, and, like, I feel like such a letdown, because Like at the moment, like just recently, I got 2 new patrons on Patreon, and I'm really genuinely grateful for everyone that does support me now. Like, I'm not saying go and support me now. I'm just saying for people who do support me, I appreciate it so much, because that is literally my only source of income at the moment. And I'm not begging. I'm not saying go and support me. I'm just saying thank you to Heartbeat, for instance, who is one of my patrons. So I got 2 more at the start of this month, I think it was. One of them was how do I even check? One of them's got a really Hungarian name, and I'm assuming they wanted to see the Hungary review ahead of time, so fair enough. Another one was I'm just looking through the list now. Lucas, I think it was. Yeah, because I recognise the name from the comments under the Eurovision videos. So at the very least, I think they I think they intend to stay for it. Because like I always get so paranoid when I don't like post in time that someone's going to abandon it, and like I kind of can't afford to lose too many. Like when I only have 8 patrons in the first place, I sort of can't afford to hemorrhage them, you know. So, but yeah. See, at least Heartbeat, like I would say, at least you have an excuse. I mean, technically, I have an excuse. I'm ill, but like I'm not even allergic to anything. So I just there are times, like this is like a really weird anecdote confession kind of thing, but there are times where I kind of wish I was allergic to nuts because I hate eating them, and I'm sure there's probably someone out there who would really love to eat like nuts of any kind, and they just can't because they're allergic, and if they eat them they'll die. Like, I would happily swap allergies with them because I don't have any allergies and I don't like nuts. But at the same time, I suppose I should be grateful because that means I can eat stuff that contains nuts that I can't taste them in and then not die as a result, because like nuts are in fucking everything. So that's the story of my egg. And now I'm going to open up a game of Solitaire on my computer because I don't know what I'm doing with my life. You know what? Genuinely, for shits and giggles, why not? Like, you just said suck and nuts in the same sentence. Okay, I have no idea if this is going to work at all whatsoever, and I kind of hope that it doesn't. Okay. Specific window. There we go. Is this gonna work? May I have some cheese, please? OBS. Apparently that's not good enough. So be it. I know, blah, blah, blah. I'm just trying something different because I wanted to get some work done, but then I realised that I couldn't, because I can't present and also... like, I can't present and write a script at the same time, so... okay, this should work. Just impromptu game of Solitaire, yes. Just, I don't know what I'm doing, so just enjoy this visual distraction for a hot second. But at the very least, I am kind of enjoying this fun little hangout session. Just, there we go, you can at least see my face now. Just... nothing to do with anything, but I have this really, like, anal way of doing Solitaire. Like, I always put the card suits in the same order at the top here, so... oh goodness, I believe we have an incoming super chat. I believe that's what that is. So, I'll wait for the stream to acknowledge it, and then I shall acknowledge it. Well, you know, I can see it in the chat now, so I'll respond to it straight away, but... there it is. Thank you. But yeah, opinion on I'm a Joker. Honestly, as I recall, I think I did actually vote for it on the night, which, like, I'm not surprised that it didn't qualify. But, like, I think when it was first chosen, it was kind of weird because the Georgian national final didn't display the name properly on, well, at the very least, I don't know if they didn't display the name properly or what, but I distinctly remember seeing on the screen that the song was entitled I'm Jocker, like with a C and without the A, and I'm just like, what is this? And I ended up, like, he performed it really well. He performed it with conviction, and I was surprised to learn that he was one of Diana Gorskaya's backing singers as well. Like, that I wasn't expecting. And he kind of looks sort of like a fish, but I mean that in a good way, which it sounds really weird, I know, but just... Fishman, cool. But yeah, it's a fun song. I do go back to it every now and then. Like, it's one of the songs that I do listen to on occasion, which, like, there are not very many songs that I listen to regularly at this point. Because, like, it sort of surprised me just how few Eurovision songs I actually go back to listen to at this point from previous years. Maybe it's just because after all the reviews I get burned out on them, and then, I don't know. You'd be surprised how much normal music I listen to. What literally says nothing? The cheese? I don't know what that was supposed to mean, but there you go. That's my counter question. Wait, I can... Okay. Also, totally unrelated to anything, but I swear half the games of Solitaire that this computer generates are just unwinnable by default, so... If I lose, oh well, how sad, never mind. And it expects me to do shit like this just to get all the cards out, and I'm offended. Ugh. Yay. I did a lose. Well, that was a fun little diversion. But yeah. Ah. Okay, I bet that's fair enough, I guess. But that's the point. I suppose at some point people are probably going to want me... I know at some point in a... I think it was a Test Talk stream, like a couple of years ago at this point. I don't know, it was a while ago. People did say they'd be interested in like a Tess all-time 100 favourites or 50 favourites or something. Like, people will be interested in me doing videos like that. And I might do that on Patreon at some point, like over the course of several months. Like, obviously not consecutively, because I wouldn't want it to be nothing but that, but like every now and then be like oh, Tess's top 100, like 100 down to 91, or, you know, something like that. That would be a thing to maybe do. I don't know. I tend not to compare years against each other, but let's see. Winners for years that I didn't make tops for. Well, I mean, how far back does this go? Because, I mean, we had 2018, and my winner was Switzerland. 2017 was... Hang on a minute. I just want to bring up a list on Wikipedia just so I can get a good sort of flavour of... I don't know, I just like having a visual list to keep me reminded of stuff. So, yeah, so this year just gone was Switzerland. Last year was Macedonia. What comes before it? Okay, so I think 2014 was the earliest one I did a public top 4. And that was either Armenia or the UK, depending on whether I'm not allowed to have my own country. Okay, so honestly, I don't know. So I'm going to go through them now and just look at my winners for each year, starting with 2013. This is going to be a good question, because there are quite a few that I did like, and my taste has changed over the years, because I was happy with Denmark winning. I liked the Netherlands, I liked Montenegro. Ireland was good, but just performed badly. Honestly, San Marino, 2013, and Bulgaria, like, both very, very robbed. I know my mother really liked Hungary. I liked Norway that year. France was good. I know this doesn't really answer your question. I don't know if I have a solid answer for 2013, because that was a surprisingly strong year. Compare and contrast 2012, which was a surprisingly weak year, like all things considered. Oh my goodness, just Eurotowley, just so much money. I'm so grateful. Why, thank you. So, I'm just looking at the list of participants from 2012, and I'll check this like when it pops up as well. But Iceland and Greece were both good, and Switzerland was good. Finland was good. There were so many good songs in 2012, but at the same time, okay. So, one question at a time. So, my opinion on Vile Dimension Set. Honestly, I don't think I've ever heard it in full, which is one hell of a thing to confirm. So, what I could do is listen to it live on stream, but I would have to have the audio muted, so otherwise obviously that would be a little bit illegal, so I guess, you know what, I'll bring it up now. I won't show it on screen because, like, that would be copyright, so... Right, you can still hear me, but I've got the computer muted. Okay, so I'm just gonna straight up just... I love how it says without commentary in the video description, but it's got Spanish commentary over it. So I'm hoping that you can't hear the video now, because I'm watching it and I know bits about it, and like, just based on first impressions, I would have thought that, like, if you told me one song got 0 points in 2003, I would have thought it would be this, but honestly, from what I'm seeing at the moment, it's cute. The guy singing it isn't cute, but like the song itself is cute in theory. I know it's got some questionable lyrics in there somewhere, and the staging is interesting, but bearing in mind, like, oh, this, I recognise this part. Okay. It's cute, his performance isn't really compelling, but as a furry, I approve of the staging. So, honestly... Oh, there's a random rock solo. I did not see this coming whatsoever. Pelvic thrusting. Austria, you are an interesting child. I will have to do a Patreon video about you at some point. Maybe next month, who knows? What is this song? Okay, this is a glorious mess. I think, like, watching it as someone reacting to it for a live stream, that's kind of very different from if I had a serious Eurovision opinion about it, because, like, I didn't start watching the contest until 2007, so in the moment, I didn't have any, like, I think I would have been, like, as a child, it would have amused me. As I am now, I might be a bit insulted by it if someone sent it as a serious contender for this coming year. But watching it for the novelty of it, like, it's at least novel in terms of novelty factor, so I don't know how to feel about this. It's an experience. Clearly I should just turn into one of those, like, I should just become a reaction channel, clearly. But yeah, I'll come back to 2012 in a second, though. But yeah, Finland 2012 was good. Austria 2012 was underrated. And another rock solo, because the first one wasn't enough, apparently. Just has a tantrum on stage, because that's choreography. Something about some kind of animal having a short nose. I'm sort of half listening to it. And, of course, Germany 2013. Like, honestly, the instrumental of Glorious is a guilty pleasure, but the song itself, I'm just like, really, Germany? You could have had... Oh, third rock solo for Austria. Like, Germany 2013. You could have had Mia Dikau. You could have had... what was his name? What was his actual name? The guy who did the Righteous Ones. Like, you could have had either of those, and you went with Cascada. That seemed a bit... Okay, so I've just experienced Alf Poyer, and I have transcended reality. I know certainly 2012, though, Hungary was really good. I didn't hate Ireland. Moldova was fun. Ben Ivory, that was his name. Like, there were so many good songs in the German national final, and I remember when they announced the acts, and they said, oh, Cascada's going to be among them. I'm like, yep, well, they're going to fucking sing Cascada, aren't they? And then they did. So that was kind of disappointing, because there's so many good songs, like Lieblingslied, The Righteous Ones. There were others as well, but those are my two favourites. And, Oh, Serbia. I think Serbia was my winner from 2012. And honestly, it was very heavily inspired by Euphoria as well, but honestly, Belarus 2012, underrated in my opinion. And like Germany 2013 though, I think the live performance made it sound worse. I think for me it was like a 4 or 5 out of 10. But anyway, just look at 2012. Ukraine 2012 was bad in my opinion. Like, I don't know why it did so well, because it was just a football chant. Macedonia 2012 was good. Netherlands 2012 was cute. Portugal 2012, I liked that. Like, I was saying in last week's stream, I think it was, about how, like, people seem to really like Rakbish Vilo from 2013, but only after the fact. And, like, Portugal 2012 was, like, not, like, I'm not saying, oh, it's the same song, oh, it's a ripoff. No, I mean, like, it's kind of in the same family of music, so, like, why like one and not the other? Well, I mean, yeah, by Ukrainian standards, it was one of their worst entries, but, like in terms of final result, but, like, just overall, I'm surprised it even qualified. But then again, the second semi-final 2012 was a kind of weak semi-final. Like, I remember being really bored. Like, there was an entire run of songs that I was just not interested in that, and, like, I can't quite place where that was. I think that will have been from a, like, well, no, because Bulgaria was good. I know I like Slovenia 2012 now, but I didn't then. Croatia 2012 I've not even listened to since then. I know that I didn't like Estonia 2012 at the time, but I do now. I've always liked Slovakia 2012. I've never liked Bosnia 2012, which I think is a controversial opinion, but whatever. I think the UK 2012 was underrated. Like, it wasn't brilliant, but I think it was underrated, in my opinion. Like, it was a good song. But I think, generally speaking, the big five for 2012 were actually pretty good. Like, the UK was good but dated. France was fun. Italy was better before they tried to translate it, because they did a really bad job of that. Azerbaijan was good. Spain, I don't understand why that's so overall. Well, I do, because it's a decent song, but, like, I didn't really get Spain. And Germany was sweet. So there's that. Yeah, I think the staging for it, like, they tried at least, but just looking at Ukraine's, okay, wait, why am I even looking? I'm looking in an entirely wrong place here. Wikipedia, bestow unto me the answers. Wow, I am surprised by. Why would, like, I'm surprised that, like, if you told me that it would have got through with the public but not the jury, I would have believed that, but other way around, wow. Okay, so where are the actual split results? Yeah, sure enough, semi-final 2, with televoting, Ukraine came second last, and Georgia came last, and why did the jury absolutely drag Bulgaria and Norway that year? Like, what even? And yeah, Iceland 2012, brilliant song. In English and in Icelandic, both really good. I'm surprised that Bosnia did so well in the semi-final in 2012, because, like, I don't get the appeal at all. Anyway, 2011. This was, like, the first year that I properly invested myself. Like, Poland was good. Norway was classic. Albania was good. Armenia, I liked the staging of Armenia. I'm not surprised it didn't qualify, but I liked the staging. And, okay, that is true. 2G wasn't great live. And from the UK, we're grateful, because otherwise Engelbert would have come last, and that would just be... we can't deal with. We just can't deal. Switzerland 2011 was cute. Georgia 2011, really good song. And I recall, I think it was during the recap, Graham Norton was like, oh god, it's Georgia. Like, calm the fuck down, it's a good song. Just because it's a bit too rocky for your ears or whatever. San Marino 2011 has kind of grown on me. But, like, I get why it didn't do brilliantly. You know what, I understand that heartbeat. And also, if Indigo is still here, then I feel like you and I would get along well. Hungary 2011 was decent. I did not like Lithuania, Azerbaijan, or Greece in 2011, and those all did really well. Like, what? Okay, Bosnia was good. Austria wasn't a fan. Netherlands did not deserve to come last in 2011, because that was a good song. Belgium was, like, fun. I don't know why Slovakia's 2011 song is so popular, because it's alright, I guess. Ukraine was fun. Moldova was good. Sweden, it was alright to listen to, but didn't deserve to do that well. Obviously, Bulgaria, Nati Nat, raise up. I don't know what that was. Cyprus was good. Macedonia, good of course. Down International, capable of better. Like, it wasn't a terrible song, but it was very, very outdated. Slovenia was fine. I don't know why Maya Kutz went on to be such an overrated artist in, like, online song contests since then, but, eh. Honestly, I'd forgotten that Romania even existed from that year. I was just about to get to Estonia, yeah. Like, Rockefeller Street, probably my winner from 2011, because, well, at the time it was my winner. It's probably slipped down a little bit now just because I really liked Italy. Let's see, Belarus was fun, but all good things in time. Latvia was interesting. Love me with luscious thighs. Thinking emoji. Denmark was weirdly good. I liked Lipstick. That was a decent song. But yeah, I see people talking a lot of shit about Italy 2011, whereas, like, I feel like that was canonically supposed to win in 2011, and then it just sort of didn't. Like, it was supposed to be, oh, look, Italy's back after all these years of absence, and whoopsie, they've won. Just to... I accidentally skipped to the top of the page. Like, the whole idea was, oh, Italy's back, and they've won, and so 2 years in a row the Big Five have won, and that's proof that the Big Five can also win. And Azerbaijan was like, lol, nope, we're going to win instead. Like, I didn't like France for that year, though. Spain was cute, but like it's like they weren't trying. The UK should have done better, but honestly, at this point, the UK would kill to come 11th, so I'll just eat. And to 2010, without even looking, I can probably say Slovakia, because 2010 just... Okay, here's the thing. If I was to rank all of Sweden's entries, 2011 would be somewhere in the top half, but I don't know where. So, there you go. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, people in the UK seem to forget that Jedward did really well at Eurovision. I mean, the first time more so than the second time. And their songs were relative legitness as well, so... At this point, I'm just gonna, like, only talk about the ones that I have stuff to say about. So I'm just looking through the semi-finals of 2010. So, Slovakia, really good. Horatroni, one of my favourites. Bosnia-Herzegovina, surprisingly good. I enjoyed that one. Oh my god, Karma Catharsis is here. Hi. I think Yasya Imam Silata for Macedonia, that was underrated. Like, people forgot about it and it's kind of unfair. Also, Malta was good. Like, not the best ever, but like I think 12th place is about fair for it. Armenia, tune. Israel, surprising amount of tune. Sweden absolutely did predict the future, yes, well said, but yeah. Of all the Swedish entries to not qualify, I wouldn't have said 2010 deserved to be it. Azerbaijan and Ukraine 2010, both utterly iconic. Narodno-Zabavny Rock, classic. Not surprised it did so badly, but relative classic. Welcome back, Niels. We're actually talking about music at this point, but I'm glad that just, like, the TessHex fandom, we all just basically agree about... Okay, Dino, well, thank you for being here. Like, we seem to agree on basically so many everythings. Bulgaria 2010 as well didn't deserve to be so, like, questionably placed, because, like, it was underrated, and, like, it's aged really well. So, also, Turkey, just good. Honestly, though, I think, if not Slovakia, then Germany probably was my winner from 2010, because I was really happy when they won. And 2010, I specifically remember, we'd ordered we've been collecting the CDs, like the compilation CDs, every year since 2007, and I've since also gone back and bought 2005 and 2006. And I remember the 2010 CD arriving early, or like before the contest, and I refused to listen to it because I didn't want to hear the big 5 songs before the final, and I'd heard like a little clip of Germany, and I liked it from that little clip. and I didn't know how it actually went until I heard her perform it, and I'm like, you know what, yes, I like this, I want it to win, and then it did, so that was cool. Also, just like 15 minutes ago, I got a notification from Alex, and I just wanted to let him know that I do in fact exist if he wants to join me on the stream. So things may get sexual shortly, or something. Oh, that's a point. Germany 2011 was really good too. Just, Germany has brought some tunes to the contest, but like, yeah, I've heard that as well. Like, weirdly, everyone likes Satellite, as they should. Apart from Germans, like, what is there to not like about it? I'm sorry, I tried to say what is there to not like about it, and just my voice just completely crapped out. But it was good, and it was cute, and it was lovely, and it was a really catchy tune. It was tune. It was tune, you know? You know? Oh yeah, 2009, the second of the 2 years where it was like, oh, we're gonna put the top 9 through, and then just pull a song out of our ass and make that qualify as well. That was such a stupid rule. Okay, so 2009. I feel like Belgium 2009 was in really, really bad taste. So I'm sort of not surprised it only got 1 point. Armenia. I think Armenia 2009 was probably my winner at the time. And I think it's aged pretty well. But Azerbaijan 2009 was good too. Bulgaria, I don't get why people were so weird about it. Because like, it was strange, but it was pretty cool. I do think that, to an extent, in 2009, there wasn't an obvious winner until Norway decided that they were the runaway winners. Like, I'm not saying they rigged it, I'm just... Yeah, like I said in the Patreon video as well, Macedonia just routinely got screwed by the stupid voting rules. Also, just completely unrelated, but... on Wikipedia, on the Wikipedia page for Eurovision 2009, on English Wikipedia if you need me to specify, for the first semi-final, on the table of participants, 12, Icelandic flag, Iceland, Johanna, 69. Just because they have the 69th citation of the page next to Johanna's, just find that hilarious for literally no reason. Ireland 2009 was good. Horde in Moldova was good. Sibala did not deserve to not qualify because it came 10th. And also, I don't know if other people found this funny, but in the UK, the Croatian song for 2009, Lijepa Tena. Tena is a brand of women's sanitary product, so the fact that, like the on-screen translation was Lijepa Tena, brackets, beautiful Tena. Like, oops. Just, oops. Just, oh, what a beautiful tampon. Except, I think they don't do tampons, but, you know, that's basically what we were hearing. Latvia 2009, I liked unironically, but I was a child. Well, I say child, well, that will have been what, 12, 13, I don't know. Well, whatever. Slovakia, I feel like was good when I went back to listen to it more recently, but I forget how it goes. Cyprus, I absolutely loved Cyprus 2009. Slovenia was alright. I feel like Lithuania was like 97% just the word love, but you get that at Eurovision. Oh, Estonia was good. Ukraine, stripper and a hamster wheel. That was tasty. But yeah, with oh, the fucking Greek stapler as well. Nearly forgot about that. Fucking France. France was good as well. 2009. Who else? Honestly, I kind of like Germany 2009, which is weird because I'm so not about like burlesque strippery nonsense. Like I'm not in it for the sex appeal. I just thought it was a good song. But yeah, Firefly, beautiful. La Noche para mí, that was good as well. There was a song I was literally about to come back to and I've forgotten what it was. I mean, not inaccurate, all things considered. Denmark 2009 was good. Turkey, Finland wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. I did not like the UK's entry in 2009, and yet it came 5th, so what are you going to do? Apparently I just have to hate a Eurovision song for it to... I have to hate a UK entry for it to do well. Bosnia 2009, tune. Russia 2009, also tune, surprisingly enough. yeah, I said I liked France. What was I about to talk about? There was another song I literally just saw that I was going to say something about, and I've completely forgotten what it was. I know at some point in high school, for a music lesson, I was like, we all had to do like a performance piece, and I was going to perform Sipala, and then like literally the week of the performance I came down with a sore throat, so I couldn't sing, so I had to... Okay. So I'm just scrolling down through the page for 2008, and I just come across the Pegasus Centaur Man. But yeah, I ended up sitting at the piano and playing the theme of the Stone Tower Temple from Majora's Mask instead. But I was going to sing in Serbian, and then I didn't. Okay, so 2008. San Marino was underrated. Azerbaijan was strange, but alright. Norway was good. Ireland was insulting. Andorra was okay, but trying a bit too hard to be ABBA. I don't understand why people liked Bosnia that year. Or Armenia. Like, Armenia was okay, but, like, I didn't super get it, personally. Netherlands 2008, that was a good song. And Finland, Missä miehet ratsastaa, I like that, personally. I enjoyed Russia 2008, and Greece. Sweden wouldn't have qualified if it wasn't for the stupid putting you through because we like your face rule. Czech Republic 2008, that was a good one as well. But the live performance was bad. I remember that much. Yeah, but we've had the Leto Svet discussion, don't even worry about it. Bulgaria, I forget what the live performance was like, so that might be why it didn't qualify, but well, it came 11th, so it has that going for it at least. And Macedonia as well deserved, and Cyprus, femme fatale. And Hungary wasn't awful, so despite what I said in the Patreon video, I don't actually know why they did so badly. So, Georgia was iconic that year, and we accept your apologies. I don't know why the UK came joint last in 2008. We had an okay, passable song. Netherlands 2008, though, it was good. I can't go higher than this. Like, literally, my voice cuts out, and that feels really castrating, because I know I can speak that highly. I remember that apparently the people of France really hated the French song that year, because it was a bit too English for their tastes, so... I don't have any strong feelings about it. Okay, 2007. Bulgaria was good, Cyprus was good, Belarus was good, Iceland was good. There were a lot of good songs in 2007. Like, Israel was okay. Georgia was good. Montenegro was alright. Switzerland, like... Switzerland 2007, I feel like they saw, oh, Monsters won for Finland in 2006, so we'll send a song about monsters too! And then it just ended up being Vampires Are Alive, and they just missed the point completely. Honestly, Denmark 2007, kind of a guilty pleasure. And yeah, blah blah blah. That does make sense. I see it. Serbia, didn't like it at the time, but I do like it now. Czech Republic, underrated. Like, I do unironically like Maladama. Dança Comigo, Portugal, that was alright. Macedonia, beautiful. Norway, surprisingly good for what I think was a decent song. Malta was okay. Andorra, not my favourite Andorran entry, but still good. Estonia. I could swear Estonia qualified in 2007, but no, they came 22nd. Like, well, I remember seeing their performance and loving it, so what the hell? Slovenia 2007 was good. Turkey 2007, brilliant. And Latvia as well. Didn't much care for it at the time, but I like it now. Wow. How times have changed, Switzerland, how times have changed. Okay. Bosnia 2007. I can literally never remember how it goes. Because, like, I've tried on several occasions to remember it, and I've just never remembered how it goes. I don't think it was bad, it's just I can never remember it. And the fan keeps blowing my hair into my face, and it's so annoying. Let's see. Finland was good. Ireland was okay. How could it... But Turkey came, like, what? Where did they even finish? They came 4th. How can you be the only person who likes it? I like it too. Romania, they were good too. Germany would have been good if it wasn't overtly sexist. Like it was good instrumental, but like the lyrics are like, oh, that's a little bit like Fedora-y. Like the German 2007 song was like the national anthem of fedoras. Like it was good musically, but lyrically was like Lithuania 2007. Like I really liked that one, and like 21st, please, it was good. Yeah, Molitva was good. Was Armenia 2007 the one that where like halfway through the song he has like a heart attack and like starts bleeding, or was that I think because out of Armenia and Albania 2007, one of them had the bleeding heart shirt and one of them had the toilet paper tree, and I forget which one was which because I didn't much care for either of them at the time. And that's as far as what the hell, Niels? You're saying this in like the same contest with like Czech Republic 2009, Switzerland 2004, Sweden 2012, and you're saying that Turkey's one of them. Like, really? Really, fam? Really? Anyway, I'm looking at 2006, and this is like the first year that I didn't watch it going backwards, just because I didn't realise it was a thing at the time. But retrospectively, Armenia was good, Bulgaria was okay, Slovenia was okay. Thank you, Heartbeat. Andorra was good. Like, that was my second favourite Andorran entry that year. Sensa 2, that was good. Belarus, not bad. Albania, underrated. Albania 2006, good song. Belgium, guilty pleasure. I don't like it as much as the superfans of it do, but I do enjoy it. Ireland, I don't remember, but that was the 1000th song at Eurovision, so there's that. Cyprus, don't remember. Monaco, La Coco Dance. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy, Coco Dance. Like that was again guilty pleasure. Macedonia, Nina Nina, good song. Poland, Follow My Heart, good song. Russia, decent. Turkey, decent. Ukraine, sexy Santa for some reason, but decent. Finland, deserved to win, and it did. Netherlands, underrated. Lithuania, overrated. Portugal, that was Portugal the gonna make you dance, gonna make you stop thinking sad things for a while. Because that was interesting. Sweden, Estonia, don't remember. Bosnia, decent, not my favourite, but still decent. Iceland, tragic. Switzerland, very, very Ralph Siegel. Moldova, my least favourite Moldovan entry. Israel, I don't remember. Latvia 2006, that was a good one. Norway, Alvadansen, that was good. Spain, less ketchup. Yes. I approve of less ketchup. Fabrizio Fediello, that was a good one from Malta. Germany was cute. Denmark was pretty good. Let's see, who else? Romania. I don't know why Mihai is so full of himself in recent years, because, like, okay, Tonero was a good song, but, like, he needs to calm his tits a little bit. And the UK. I apologise for the UK. I do wonder if Mihai's going to try again for Romania at some point, because, like, that's nice to hear, Heartbeat, because over here, no Eurovision songs on the radio ever unless I'm the one on the radio, which is fucking tragic, because there's so many good songs that, like, in the UK, they're like, oh, no, we're not going to play that, it's tainted because it was in Eurovision, it's not a real song. I'm like, fucking play it, it's good music. And yet, here we are. Croatia 2006. I prefer Moj Sokole, and I don't know what the relationship is between that song and Moja Štikla. Moja Štikla, also good. France 2006. Pretty good. Yeah. And that brings us to 2005, and this is as far back as I actually know. Like, from 2004 backwards, I don't actually know all the songs that well, so... I played Austria 2005 to my mother not last week, like sometime within the recent weeks, and she found it interesting, and I liked it. Lithuania, I didn't like. Portugal, don't remember. Moldova was good. Latvia, no strong feelings. Monaco was fucking beautiful in 2005. Israel, don't remember. Belarus was pretty decent. Netherlands, I barely remember it. Iceland, good, but I see why it didn't do that well. Belgium, didn't much care for it. Estonia, Norway, not my style. Romania, good. Hungary, very good in 2005. Finland, yeah, I can jive with it. Macedonia, decent. Andorra, fucking tune. La Mirada Interior, I think my personal favourite and/or an entry ever. Switzerland, really fucking good that year. Croatia, pretty decent. Bulgaria, I think the only Bulgarian entry that I don't like. Also, Lorraine kind of sounds like Loreen. Ireland was fun, but behind the times. Typical Ireland. Slovenia 2005, really good, deserved better. Denmark, pretty good. Poland, I barely remember. I remember being a bit weird, and I like it. And I'll talk about all the UK ones in a moment then. Malta, I didn't much care for personally. Turkey 2005, really like it. Albania, I seem to recall liking it. Cyprus, very good. Spain 2005, I definitely remember really liking. Sweden 2005, pretty decent. Ukraine, I liked it unironically. I didn't know what it was about, but I like it. I know what it's about now, obviously, but like I enjoy the song. Germany, I don't think I much cared for. Greece, I wouldn't have had it as the winner personally, but it won, and I'm not sad about that, I guess. Bosnia, I barely remember. Russia, I don't really remember. Latvia, I think I already spoke about. And Chacun pense à soi for France, pretty okay. So, what was the relationship between... Oh, Rado, hello, good evening. Honestly, I don't know that much about Bulgarian pop artists, so basically, my personal opinion would be whoever is, like, really big in the Bulgarian charts at the moment, whether that, like, the only ones I can think of are, like, ones that I've heard of, like, oh my god, I can't remember their names. Wow. I know at some point, Piano Girl, like, the piano duet and girl from, I'm having a total mind blank. Junior Eurovision 2014, there was the piano boys and the girl singer, and she did a duet with... I can't remember his name. This is going to bother me. Like, I'm going to crack open iTunes because I know I have one of his songs on my iTunes. But, like, in the meantime, just sort of looking at, like, what was the... Like, was just... Moje Sokole was just a random extra song that was also released alongside Moja Štikla, apparently, which, like, don't get me wrong. I enjoy Moje Sokole, but just... random. Okay, right. What is the guy's name? Because I know I have it on here somewhere. I don't even know if necessarily the artist that I'm thinking of would actually be that good for Eurovision in terms of style, but I know he's a pop artist from Bulgaria that's... I think it was Venzi, because I remember listening to Adano Amanadali by Grafa Venzi and Mihaela Filova, and I know that was a good song, so... Yeah, but Mihaela Filova, she's the one I was thinking of. But, yeah. Basically, anyone who's big in Bulgaria should represent Bulgaria. And, I mean, I'm sort of, like, obviously I'm standard levels of excited about the Eurovision season, obviously. Like, my only, like, hesitation is, oh, that means I'm going to have to do a load of reviews again. But that's fine, because, like, I've been feeling really bad about myself for, like, being behind on all my other videos, like my gameplay videos, which I know no one gives a shit about, but I want to, like, my goal on YouTube has always been to be at least half and half gaming and Eurovision, and if that balance is ever upset, I'd want it to be in favour of gaming. I'd want it to be more gamer than Eurovision, so... And that's nothing against Eurovision, obviously, it's just I want to be a gamer as well. And just, I've been getting behind on all my videos, but I'm glad, like, on the other hand, I'm glad I'm getting that out of the way now, because then I'm in good physical condition to be doing Eurovision reviews again, and that's what brings people to my channel mostly, and I'm hoping that some of those people will then also look over to my Patreon page as well. And again, I'm not, like, I'm not saying go and look at my Patreon page because I need the money. I do need the money, but I'm not, like, begging here, it's just, it's an also thing. Oh, really, Heartbeat? Why? What did I say that killed people? But see, I've not heard any of the junior songs for this year yet. I'm definitely... I should listen to Malta at some point. I want to listen to Kazakhstan when it's chosen, and I will listen to Wales when they choose it as well, because obviously they're our little friend nation, pet country, next door neighbour kind of thing. But least favourite country in terms of song quality, though. I sort of want to say Sweden because they rely more on their reputation than on actual song quality, but they have sent songs that are objectively well written in the past, so I can't really say that. Belarus tends to vary, but... Well, okay, I mean, it's not that I'm rejecting Eurovision, it's that I wanted to be at least as much gaming as Eurovision. Like, I wanted to be a Let's Player, and just the Eurovision thing was meant to be a thing on the side, and, like, I intend to keep pursuing that, is basically what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm still trying to think, like, who is in terms of worst song quality? That's a really tough question. So I know a couple of years ago I looked through all of the countries and determined that Slovenia was my favourite in terms of positive song quality, and so it's kind of hard to do the opposite. Because there are a lot of countries that, like, some years they're good and some years they're bad, so... I guess I'll take that as a compliment, Pete, I think. I think that's a compliment. Whatever. I'll pretend that it is and take it as such. But yeah, I do find it hard to pick a country to label as objectively the worst, because, like, I think that's one thing that sets me apart from other Eurovision reviewers, is that, like, so much of the rest of the industry, fandom, whatever, is all about, oh, wig snatching and being all like, oh, we're gonna be scandalous and offensive, and like, and I'm just here like, here's why I like the song, here's why I don't like the song, draw your own conclusions, let's be balanced and fair. And so, like, I don't enjoy being negative about any of the songs. Like, even the songs that I don't like, I want to at least find something positive about. So it's hard for me to say, oh, this country is objectively the worst in my opinion. So honestly, everyone has redeeming features. And also, because countries are constantly developing and changing, like, it's hard to say, because, like, I could say, oh, well, Spain weren't great for a while, but there are a load of entries of theirs that I do like. Oh, Portugal, well, they have their ups and downs as well. Like, France, Germany, there are so many countries that have good moments and bad moments. Like, I couldn't pick an overall worst one, honestly. I guess the objective right answer would probably be either Ireland or the UK, because we just refuse to keep up with the times, apparently. But that's kind of my segue into looking at the UK entries over the years. So, 2018. It was alright, but I didn't personally, like, super care. I would have preferred Legends, just objectively, that was my preference for the national final. 2017 was my second favourite from the national final, and it scrubbed up really well, like, for the revamp, and honestly, it should have done better than 15th, but hey, it was the UK's first triple-digit score since 2011, so we'll take it. Well, I'm sorry, Heartbeat, I'm just so used to being slapped in the face with salmon. 2016 wasn't my first choice from the national final, but I did like it, and like I was happy to be like there in the arena supporting them, so whatever. 2015, I liked it as a song, I didn't like it as a Eurovision entry, because as a Eurovision entry it was a bad reflection on the UK, like, everything. But as a song, it was a tune and a bop, and it's adorable and cute, but just as in everything else, it was kind of not a great reflection. 2014, underrated, but kind of shat upon by the running order and also the staging, but mostly the running order, so yeah. 2013, not a bad song, it just came entirely too late to the party. 2012, as I was saying earlier, it's like underrated, but I understand why it was underrated. 2011 was, I don't know, I mean, it was, I guess it was rated correctly. Okay, 2000, I won't say 2016 was Shine a Little Light, I think? Because I know that's kind of the, like trashy fandom option of all them, because, like, You're Not Alone was one of my favourites, but also Shine a Little Light and Until Tomorrow, like, they were all good entries from the national final. And then 2017 was Freedom Hearts, personally. And then most recent year was Legends, so. Right, Equinox coming 14th, like, yeah, I think that, I think ultimately Bulgaria's problem was kind of the staging, but kind of also not their fault. Like, excuse you, Heartbeat, Bones was really good. I think there were three key problems overall. One was like Bones for a lot of people was like a grower rather than an instant impact, which I loved it and my mother loved it, and I think a lot of people who were like fans of Bulgaria loved it immediately, but for other people it took more time. The second thing was the betting odds, where just like in the last 2 weeks or so before the contest, they just suddenly decided, oh, Bulgaria's going to do badly, even though they've been at the top of the betting odds from the start, and oh, Cyprus is going to do well right the fuck out of nowhere, and then that just ended up coming true, which, like, that was... What? Why do the betting odds have this much power? And then the third thing was, I think, the staging. Like, it wasn't quite there. Like, it was... I think it was good, but it wasn't the super polished, like, really, like, it could have been better. I don't know how it could have been better, but I think that was part of the reason why people didn't much take to it. But I mean, I voted for it, and it was like really well loved in my household, so I think it's just that a lot of European countries just don't have any taste. Anyway, where did I get up to with the UK? 2010. Kind of guilty pleasure sometimes, but it wasn't good because Pete Waterman is a bad person. 2009, I didn't like it. 2008, decent, underrated. 2007, I apologise. 2006, I apologise. 2005, decent, but I apologise. 2004, I don't remember. 2003, we're just very sorry about everything. And 2002 was decent, and then beyond that, I do not remember. Okay, Nikki French I've heard. That was okay, but dated. And then the only one I mean, basically, Alex, you've absolutely nailed it. That was the mentality, because, I mean, I swear to fuck, Pete Waterman was at the contest. He heard the Netherlands entry from that year and like, oh, that's really good. Why isn't our entry like that? That's gonna win for sure. And then it didn't, and no one was surprised because, oh my fucking god, Pete Waterman, you are stuck in the 60s. And yet he was at the helm. But yeah, anyway, I've never heard the UK entry from 2004 or 2001, and then I've heard 2000, which was 1997, I didn't like at first, and then I did. 1996 was good, but, like, it doesn't hold up now. And then, prior to that, I think the only ones I've heard are the other winners. Making Your Mind Up was, like... Literally, what is Making Your Mind Up even about? Like, real talk, even we don't know. We're the country that sent it, we're the country that wrote it, we're the country that speaks the national language, and we don't know what that song is supposed to be about. Brotherhood of Man, cute, but it hasn't aged well. Oh, Cliff Richard, congratulations, same thing. Boom Bang a Bang, obviously cute then, didn't really work now. Puppet on a String, I don't know that much about. And 1960, Looking High, High, High. That was a good song, and it deserved to come second, then it did. So that was good. The 2018 jury voting. I don't remember anything happening, so I don't remember what it is that I'm looking for. Like, trying to click on one window and it clicks on another window and completely the wrong... Where am I even looking? Where are the legs? Sebastian, good evening. Alright, so when I'm playing a game, I'm undesirable, but when I'm just streaming my face, everyone suddenly flocks to attend to the Tess. As it is, someone donated 15 euros to this stream, like, thanks, I guess? I'm just looking at the split public and jury results for 2018. Like, I don't get why Bulgaria is 14th with the public and 9th with the jury. Like, they should both be much higher, but... Honestly, I feel like Bulgaria is just going to keep doing really well for the next couple of years anyway. Like, they're going to be the next, like, Sweden but deserving, or, like, basically every country that's got green, white, and red in their flags, apart from Belarus, are just going to keep doing really well. Because, like, Hungary, they're so preciously humble about it as well, and they just keep doing well. And I specify just green, white, and... just, like, green and white and red, just those three and no other colours. So just, that rules out Portugal. And Lithuania, because they got yellow. And Ireland, because that's orange. But you get what I'm saying. Just... I think... Honestly, though, I am sort of flattered that Bulgaria is taking their results so much into consideration. But at the same time, there are so many countries, including the UK, that would literally kill to, well, not literally, but there are so many countries that would kill to get a result as good as 14th, so I don't know, just be humble and, yeah. Well, maybe not for you, hubby, but it did for me, and it did for other people, and apparently that wasn't enough. Okay, I'm on Twitter now, and, like, the BBC is just posting a load of screenshots of, like, tomorrow's newspapers, and the first thing I see is just this front page article about some little girl who was 8 years old and stabbed to death. British media, everyone! Yum. Huh, apparently there's gonna be, like, a mini sale on Steam, but only to do with stuff from the Tokyo Game Show, apparently. And a friend of mine has posted a thing, and I feel privileged to follow Joth on Twitter, but I don't know what... Like, she's posted something, and it amuses me, and I don't know what... Oh... Oh, it's part of an extended thing. Ah, I get it. Okay, I'm back from my mental drift into outer space. I think if I had to, like, as someone who hasn't experienced it, so I can't fully explain it, I think what Heartbeat is, like, talking about is some kind of... I guess it's the instant appeal thing, where it appealed immediately to some people, but not to everyone. And so, I don't know, I guess if you're not immediately hooked on it, then you have to give it more chance, and if you don't like it immediately, then you're less inclined to give it that chance. I don't know, this is why I'm saying, and this applies to all countries, really, but I know Bulgaria is more likely to listen. Send stuff that's in the charts in your country, and, like, that, it helps if it's in other countries' charts as well, but with Eurovision voting, I do think that there will never be a perfect system, because there's always going to be a fault with it, but I do think they need to be a lot more strict with the juries. Like, for one, either increase the number of jurors, or have this really strict rule where one has to be in a certain age bracket. Oh, there's another person here.
Heyo!
Lozzie, we were just talking about the Eurovision voting system and how, like, the jurors, they should be in, like, different age brackets. There should be, like, one that's, like, 20 to 30, one that's 30 to 40, like, something like that. And then, also, they need to be much more strict. Like, the jurors should not be allowed to confer with each other. Like, everyone should be completely isolated when they vote. Otherwise, they will just tell each other who to vote for, and that's just so not fair.
Yeah. Yeah. Something like that. That would be cool. That would be interesting.
And so it says
Kind
here,
of like...
Ooh. I mean, you sort of dropped in, like, right in the deep end of a conversation, so I sort of apologise for that. But, like, do you have any other thoughts on the Eurovision voting system? So I can finally rest my thought, because I've been presenting for, like, an hour and 3/4. I meant to write a script this time, and I've literally written one sentence, so save me for a while, Lozzie, my dear.
Okay. Do I have any thoughts on the voting system? Probably not that many. From the way you described it, it kind of sounds like that thing that Finland had in their national final, I think it was a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah, where it was like, oh, here's a vote from the jury, and then here's a jury of adults, and a jury of kids, and a jury of taxi drivers, and YouTubers, and tarmac layers. Like, Finland... What?
I didn't even think there were that many Finnish YouTubers in the world.
I could think of one, and she lives in California anyway.
Fair enough. What other thoughts do I have on Eurovision? Other than the dream I had where Tess had moved to Israel and ended every video with, and before I leave, let me show you Tel Aviv. Pans to bedroom window.
Oh, I've just looked up the Finnish national final in 2016. The jurors were Parliament, Eurovision experts, Finnish Swedes, musicians, the LGBT community, YouTubers, bloggers, the media, children, asphalt constructors, and the magician.
Was there actually a magician?
No, that was just the column for the totals. And, Redo approves of your existence, by the way, so welcome to the stream and thank you for existing.
Yay! Hi! I exist.
Okay. In 2015, we've got Marthas, whatever they are, quote-unquote rainbow people, but that's just the LGBT. Like, it says on Wikipedia, rainbow people in, like, suspicious quotes. Kids jury, Finnish Swedes, musicians, Eurovision fans, the media, the magician, the walk, and taxi drivers.
Rainbow people. Yes, they got one person of every colour of the rainbow.
Well, you know, there's William, Henry, Stephen, Henry, Richard, John.
Henry, Edward, 2 and 3 more Henrys join our song. I'm not going to sing the entire thing on stream again.
Oh, but we were learning. And okay, Heartbeat just brought up a really good point there. Like, if Bulgaria wants to take after another country that's doing well, be more like Hungary and less like Sweden, because Sweden, like, they rely on, like, the same writing team and also their reputation, whereas Hungary is like, we're just doing our own thing and it keeps doing well. I don't know how this happens, but we're gonna sit down and be Hungary. Oh, best awkward moment at Eurovision. I think
because it's the best
when you're hungry. I think, like, the best awkward moment in terms of, like, I think 2015, when the Lithuanian people forgot to stop kissing, because, like, that was awkward but also really cute and wholesome.
Ah.
Because they were so in love, and their backing singers were, like, in same-sex pairs, and they knew when to start singing again, and they were just, oh, it was so cute.
Ah.
And the most awkward moment is when Slovenia thought it would be a good idea to do yet another oopsie, the power went out. Like, well, at least they pulled it back for the final. Like, we literally had an entire meme pointing out why we don't like it when... You know what, I'm going to look up the meme so I can quote it directly. Which does involve me googling fucko boingo. Live on stream.
Yay!
Okay, so the exact quote, and I quote... let's see... Excuse you. God, that's cookie advert, and also a please turn off your. Okay. So, just basically, the meme completely perfectly summarizes whenever they pretend that there's been a technical failure. So, Slovenia 2018, Spain 2016. Like, we're not interested in seeing, you know, quote, oopsie whoopsie, oh, we made a little fucky wucky, a little fucko boingo. The code monkeys at our headquarters are working very hard to fix this. Like, we don't want the fucko boingo. Which sounds like, I don't know what that sounds like, but there we go.
It sounds like a sex position.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, technically so does Danganronpa. Oh, well, congratulations to both of them. Wait, that reminds me. I've been doing a lot of talking with my hands on this stream. Okay, so...
Don't leave us in suspense.
I think I showed this picture, like, in the review, back when I reviewed it, and I'm half hoping that I do still have the picture. But, wait, in saying all this, is it even... Am I even thinking of the right... Okay, I do still have the picture. But... Yes, okay. So, you've heard of Tamara Gachachiladze, but are you familiar with Taco Gachachiladze? I'm too proud of this. This is a terrible joke that I made. I don't know how to... It's all in good humour, just... Taco.
Yay!
Best national final song of all time. Are we counting songs that... Are we only counting songs that didn't get selected? Because obviously that would make a bit of a difference. Because that I would need to do a lot of thinking of.
Is this ever or of this year, or what's the context?
I was thinking I made that picture for the review of Taco's song from 2017, and I just sort of still have it. I have a load of random shitposts on my hard drive, to be fair, so, you know, one day I'll do a live stream where I showcase all of them, or maybe not.
Yay!
I think from the most recent year, at the very least, I think that Khmarki from Belarus was really good. I liked Shuffler from Sweden. I don't know if it's necessarily the best of all time. There have been better songs from Sweden, never mind from this year, Sweden. But that was... I liked Shuffler unironically. Let's see, who else is there? Oh, we were talking about Germany earlier, 2013. Mia Dikau, Lieblingslied, and Ben Ivory, The Righteous Ones, both infinitely better than Cascada. Fright me. The UK, Legends, Freedom Hearts, both really good. Until Tomorrow, though it wouldn't have done well at Eurovision, but hey-ho. Fucking... what was her name? The one who did Crazy from Iceland. Not the UK national final one, the... her name's like right on the tip of my tongue because she sent Liefers Kvikne Alni 1 year, and then a couple of years later she sent Crazy as well.
I can't think of who you're talking about.
Also, yeah, Sweden 2010, underrated. What the fuck was her name? Sigga Eirun. She was good.
Yeah. Yeah, that person.
Sigma Erin. Close enough.
I've had a thought.
Quick, set fire to it before it gets toasty.
Okay. Right, so you know how some people in the Facebook Eurovision fandom are like, oh, bring back the orchestra.
Yeah.
Okay. If they can name one country that would benefit from having the orchestra over the modern day technology, then they have a valid point. But until then, just no. Watch Young Musicians if you want an orchestra.
Exactly. Our reaction to when Belgium and Switzerland didn't qualify this year: extreme sadness. I mean, we do have the footage of it somewhere. I could very well. I could very well bring it up on stream, but I could also not.
I actually legit thought that they would do the whole, oh, Belgium's the last qualifier for the 4th year in a row, but no, that didn't happen, and I am sad.
Also, I'm just looking at my YouTube channel, and YouTube seems to think that this stream right now is happening 6 days ago.
You're streaming so efficiently that it happened in the past.
It transcends time.
Yay!
I don't think I heard any of Denmark's national. Then again, I didn't really follow that many national finals this year, I think. So, yeah.
Wait, what? What are they talking about? Denmark?
Yeah, Denmark's national final for 2018. Because we're in that awkward part of the year where if you say this year, it could refer to the previous contest or the next contest, and like, it's confusing.
Yeah. I literally only remember like 3 other songs from Denmark's national final from this year. Well, this year just gone. There's Music for the Road, and I only remember that because that's their song for the OGA Second Chance contest, and that is Tune.
That's the point. Is there a list? Oh, there probably will be. No, Karen, I'll just Google it.
Okay. There's Starlight, which I thought was precious, and then I can't remember what it was called. I know it was in Danish. Well, no, duh, Laura, it was either in English or in Danish. Or possibly Spanish, because that was a trend this year. Spanish songs for countries that aren't Spain. I'm gonna pronounce this horribly. Fedefals? No, that's Icelandic. I can't think of what it was.
Is that one that's in the chat?
I can't see the chat. Need to see the chat.
Hold there, fasting ending.
That's it.
I can't speak that much Danish, but I tried to learn how to pronounce the surname Karelu for the Hat in Time video, and then A Hat in Time proceeded to have some of the worst DLC I've ever played. So that was fun.
Woohoo.
Oh, apparently one of the Danish songs was called Boys on Girls.
Yes,
Sex?
by the girl. by the girl. Oh, that was another one I remembered. Okay, I remember 4. And that was by the woman that did, you know, Saturday night. You feel the air is getting hot.
The Smurfs? I only know the Smurf version of that song. Also, I'll address the chat in a moment, but I only know the Smurf version of that song. Favorite Eurovision meme? I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with Epic Sax Sky because that's the only one that I'm like that's like properly taken off that I'm familiar with. I think best.
Did you get Smurfs from?
The Smurfs did a version of that song. But best female vocals, I would have to say. I would personally say Jamala, but I think a lot of people would say Rona Nishliu, and like, there's a difference here. Like, in my opinion, Rona Nishliu, like, objectively good, but at the same time, just because you can doesn't mean you should. But then Jamala was like, she screamed and it was beautiful. We were, like, Laura, we were there in person and it was beautiful.
It was.
She screamed.
Wait, what were we talking?
Jamala.
What was the context?
Best female vocals.
Ah. Of this year or ever?
Well, I'm assuming of ever. And then best hot male performer. I'm not really the best person to ask for that, because my sexuality is a cosmic mystery that not even I fully understand, so I'm just going to assume that I don't like people. I mean, apart from Alex, but just Canada Bay is Canada Bay.
Well,
okay, Calliope, to be fair, very good vocals as well. Okay, Calliope and Jamala walk into a bar.
In somewhere that's between Macedonia and Ukraine.
So Bulgaria then? Wait. Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, that's in between, I think. Map of Europe.
Yeah. If you look at it on the map, it kind of looks like a beach towel.
Yeah, Bulgaria and Romania are like, basically, if you wanted to get from Macedonia to Ukraine, you'd have to pick your path. You have to go through either Serbia or Bulgaria, and then through Romania either way. So it's like, choose your level 1. Oh.
Sweet. Ooh, we have a friend. Hello, friend.
Hello.
It's the sexy boy.
What?
Matter of opinion.
I'm just saying, speak of the devil, and then the Canadian devil turns up.
Specifically the Canadian one.
I'm sorry, is there another Canadian in this call? Or just Tiger Boy?
Implying that you have... No, I'm implying that you have many devils of many nationalities.
Maybe I do. Oh. Worst of all time in terms of quality of songs. It's hard for me to tell, because there are some years that I've just not heard. I think of the years that I've watched, on balance, probably 2012, because there were a lot of weak songs that year. Including the winner, Fight Me Internet.
Gladly. Because, I mean, I don't... like... Personally, of the top 3 from 2012, personally, I would have rather Serbia won.
Same.
Of the top 3. Thank you.
This is very true as well. Every year has good songs. Not that Canada would know, because he's Canadian.
Well, I mean, Canada sends some good songs by way of Switzerland.
Yeah, technically Canada took part twice, and once they won, and the other time they didn't even qualify. Because Riker.
And came stone dead last.
Riker was underrated.
Well, her performance wasn't really that great. She was just sort of squat.
She set fire to her armpits for art. What do they feed you in Canada?
They eat a lot. They eat a lot of maple taffy. I don't know.
Armpit beans.
Armpit beans? What?
Welcome to my friends, ladies and gentlemen. Shut the door, and I really mean it.
Okay, I'll shut the door.
Oh, I'm just looking at the second chance candidates, and on the Eurovoix website, the Polish song is listed as "Love is Strange," and I thought, I don't remember there being a song called "Love is Strange." It's stronger, but they've missed the R, so there's just a song called "Love is Strange."
Well, it is strange. I mean, how the hell did you and Alex ever become a couple?
Meow. Meow.
Meow.
Meow. So does anyone here not ship TessHex at this point? Because goddamn.
Me, sometimes.
Oh, really?
I mean, I ship TessHex sometimes. I also ship TessHeather
Oh,
sometimes.
but she has a girlfriend. Meanwhile,
Oh.
I'm just looking through all of my like I have 2 separate folders that are just completely full of just associated
Shitpost?
yeah, memes and shitposts. Oh, favorite misheard Eurovision lyrics. Like, I know at some point I wanted to go back and listen to Armenia 2016 before I learned all the words to it because I knew that I would mishear it because it sounds like Iggy Azalea, but then I learned the words and now I can't unhear them. So, I guess probably I mean, Shut That Door is just so classic though. Yeah, I'm just looking through my shitposts. See if I've got anything else to post.
What about I've got to pee inside your mind and I have to say I'm addicted?
I forgot about that. I got to pee inside your mind. Oh, Serhat.
Serhat did a duet with Helena Paparizou and the fandom just don't know how to feel.
Okay, I actually do have... Okay, I know both of you have seen this before, but I have a file on my computer, and it's called HereComesDaddy.png.
Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen, here comes Daddy.
Daddy Serhat.
I'm just gonna leave him in the corner of the stream the entire time. Okay, hang on. I want to bring up the I want to bring up the badly translated lyrics to Dauraton because they were so like I hope that they're still badly translated because if Heartbeat is referring to what I think so. Yeah, okay. There's this one on the website lyricstranslate.com. They have the lyrics to Gianluca Cilia Dauraton, which that was 2017, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So they've tried to translate. Okay, so just for reference, and like I don't speak Maltese, so I'm going to butcher the pronunciation a little bit, but there's like most of the songs in English, but then there's a bit that translates, well, in Maltese it's Daura Durella, Absa Sigarella, Choftalbalus Chachailu Lilarus, Izani Duridur, Fuchil Beital Kachatur, Metatasel Tatalmina Tagvelzin Zanzun. Which they've freely translated as turns Durella ribbon jump, velvet bow 5 question marks a boyfriend, the bee turn on the hunter roof when it reaches under the tunnel doing a little move. Malta.
Speaking of bizarre languages, Tess, did you watch any of the Welsh national final for Eurovision yesterday?
Has that started now?
Yes.
I have not. But the thing with Welsh, though, and I can say this as a Brit, Jamie exists for the first time in 50 years. Okay, the fun thing with Welsh, and I can say this as a Brit, because we own Wales, is Welsh, I swear to fuck, and I mean this affectionately, because I kind of do want to learn to speak Welsh, but Welsh sounds like English gibberish with a Welsh accent.
What?
Having been to Wales twice, can confirm.
Like, if you were to literally just sit there and just go like, but then apply a Welsh accent to it, that's how you speak Welsh. No offense, Wales.
just walk up to a Welsh person and just go.
Welsh
no,
is
no,
literally
exactly
just
what the fuck you're telling about.
Welsh is keyboard smash language.
But pop-de-ping, though.
But pop-de-ping, though. Supposedly not really their word for microwave, but potentially. Though that does remind me of... There is that long-ass place name in Wales, which, like, just proof of how ridiculous the Welsh language can get. But, like, I think they made it deliberately... as I recall... The name of this Welsh place is deliberately so... like, they made it really long on purpose, is the thing. Tee-hee. But yeah, I just got a picture up now, just so I can see it written. And it's... fucking... Lanvar polgoen gergo gergo kryn drobo landasilio gogogoch. No thank you, Wales. No thanks. Go the fuck home, you're drunk. Also, I misread that as Welsh for Chinese. Which sounds like a euphemism. Oh, I'm proper Welsh for Chinese right now. Like, what?
Oh, fuck.
What does it actually say? Because I'm fairly certain it doesn't say I'm Welsh for Chinese.
Oh no, this is different, too, obviously.
Oh.
Oh, the Welsh for Chinese is just Chinese.
How convenient.
According to Google Translate. Sanyide. Close enough.
Yay.
But yes, love is strong. We've established this.
Yes.
Oh, the strongness.
Ah. But have I been scrumbled?
Well, apparently you're almost recovered from being scrumbled.
I have nearly recovered from being scrumbled.
What?
Okay, I'm just looking through my own Tumblr once again. And, first of all, a screenshot from Discord ages ago. Has the bathroom forgotten me? Hella. I might even have that picture on here somewhere, so just so you can see what I'm referring to. Oh no, I've cast my scrumble onto others.
I'm fine, honest.
So this particular picture I feel like I don't still have on here because I will have uploaded it and then deleted it because I need to keep it. But I might have kept it, but I might not have kept it. There's the Vagoo. We all remember the Vagoo.
We all remember the Vagoo.
Reminisces quietly.
Implying that some of us have been to the Vagoo, Tess.
You can't criticize me when Alex is in the call.
That's who I'm referring to, you dingbat.
Oh, my dingus. Okay, so I can't actually find the screenshot I'm thinking of, so you're just going to have to take it on faith that I have it. But I did find something else. And I've lost it again. Wait.
Good job.
Yes.
Can Tess
Pepperoni
finally
face.
fit in the glory hole? The pepperoni face!
I can show
I
you the
can
world.
show you the world.
We both thought the same thing.
Shining, shimmering butt sex. Hashtag squad goals. I remember that from the only Sightings video. And that's why we all love Tess.
Wait, but yeah, no, I don't think I would be able to fit in a glory hole. You're right.
Because Tess can't fit in the glory hole, and that's why we all love Tess.
Don't scrumble. Okay, now you two won't be able to hear this. You two won't be able to hear this, but I think everyone else will. This was just a proof of concept. It's like a mini YouTube poop based on one of the jingles from BBC Radio 2. So, y'all shut up for a sec, just so I can experience this unto the world.
88 to 91 FM, BBC's Radio 2.
It works entirely too well. Beep beep sees rated air toot.
How did that application go, Tess, or are you still waiting to hear
They
back?
never got back to me.
Oh.
Oh yes, we have a government cat. And okay, I'm just going through Tumblr posts, and one that Joff made ages ago. To answer a few questions, yes, no, I think that's fine, definitely not, no, absolutely, yes, and give me the bones when you're done, no, and sure. I like that humour. Also,
There's no contact.
also traffic lights. Go, yield, stop. But on bananas, it's just the opposite. Green, hold on. Yellow, go ahead. Red, white.
When have you ever seen a red banana?
That's the joke.
Meanwhile, I'm just reminded of stop, says the red light. Go, says the green. Wait, says the yellow light. Good queen. Kneel, says the demon light with its eye cold. Sauron knows your number plate and stares into your soul.
I haven't done a Tumblr stack in ages.
No, you haven't.
I have so many. Okay, legitness. Who here remembers Tumblr snacks? Because I did 4 of them, and I intend to bring that back. And also, good night, Niels. I forget what I'm looking for at this point.
I was in 2 of them.
I will make an.
Well, I just referenced one, so.
Yeah.
But like, I have actually had a folder on my computer dedicated to just collecting posts for number 5, and I've just never actually done anything. Like, literally, I have 298 posts ready for the next Tumblr snack, and I have no idea how I'm going to coordinate it or if I'm even ever going to have time for it. But it's gonna happen. Oh, but the thing I was looking for, Tumblr, is actually here. Oh, well, I can just put that on stream then, and y'all can experience the truth of scrombulation. There's the folder, there's the folder, there's another folder, and... bees.
Oh.
Okay.
Ah! Oh!
Just slowly getting more sexual.
Okay, there we go.
I'm not saying anything, sir.
Have you been scrumbled? Symptoms include experience of dust, vast energies, insight into the illusory nature of self, big jug hot cheese, satellites crashing into your house, killing you instantly, entities in your room at night. Oof, ow, my absolute head. Just don't worry about it, it's fine.
Quality content.
Indeed. Notice how, like, we were having a wholesome, like fucking 105-minute discussion about Eurovision, and then these two fuckers turn up and everything goes off the rails.
Hey! It's not entirely
Yeah.
my fault.
It's
Alex
true.
exists,
It's true, he's a terrible influence on me.
and I'm
Yeah.
just trying to balance it all out, but then Alex brings out the worst in everybody.
Including
Yeah.
these nuts. Ha-ha! Yeet. Okay, Hotbit, you're welcome then. Oh my god, I forgot this photo existed. I was looking through various photos that I've taken. Oh my actual fuck.
What?
Oh, that's entirely too big. Just, I'm doing some OBS nonsense. Just, put it under the... and... there will do. Okay. Just, it's my cat.
Hey Tess.
Yeah.
Speaking of cats, except he's not a cat.
Philly G is not a cat.
Just, what has this stream become? It's just Mary bundled up in a dressing gown, Sirhat, the chat, and, like, my
Me.
hands.
And Steven!
The magician? I'm just gonna leave this up for a while. This is what this stream has devolved into. Just a bundle of Mary.
Yay.
And Sirhat.
Answer.
So how's your sex life?
Did you actually want to know?
Not if you're... Let's go with no.
Yes, let's go with
Now,
no.
now Alex, on the other hand... Oh, Heartbeat, that's fine. It's on the internet
Oh,
anyway.
you wish.
Excuse you, sir.
Yes, excuse me.
What? Did I just miss something? Did Alex finally go to the Vagoo?
that just reminds me of that one image Tess showed me one time.
I'm looking it up literally right now. Hold on.
Some carbon-based life forms is a
Yes, we were.
I made it for a Twitter discussion, and just that's it. I've peaked. This is what peak performance looks like, lads.
I'm sure it is.
At some point in this stream, I was going to write a script for Patreon, and I'm still like, okay, just unrelated. This entire time, I just have that screen cap open, like on the side of my monitor, of that like the front cover of tomorrow's newspaper, where the headline is, "Please, Daddy, no, Daddy, stop it. Pleas of 8-year-old girl before she was, quote, stabbed to death by father."
That's
What?
morbid.
British press.
No.
Meanwhile, in Canada...
Oh, I just remembered one, like, I think is front page of newspaper picture, the front page of a newspaper that Tess showed me. That was like, that's like about some kid shitting into a teacher's kennel.
Oh, I remember that. I think it was in a Scottish school. Oh, hi, Dignity. Where, like, in order to get out of exams, some kid broke into the staff, like, office meeting room, found the kettle, and took a shit in it, and they had to close the entire school for health and safety reasons.
It's a pretty shit-tea thing to do.
You could pee.
I'm sure he can. I mean, we've established in a previous stream that Canadians pee maple syrup? No, pee apple juice. Ejaculate maple syrup.
Moist.
I did not need to know that, Alex. Now it's a thing in my head.
Moist. Meanwhile, I'm just looking for another shitpost, and yep, I found it. So, I do love spubbies, as we all know, and this is probably the closest I ever got to doing a spubby, and just sexy piles, yes, the great wildest newspaper, weather, yes, Septe, December 19th. Shocking shit at elderly care home. Nude rider, it's absurd to have strict ass sex, now 101. May, I'm Brian, Britain, toot toot. PM yiffs in cabinet saying she's peeing on the taint. See page 7, in which Wayne Rooney shits himself, but he gets no pants. All this and more in page 1 of 1 of Sexy Piles, yes, the great's worldest newspaper.
Oh my gosh, what the heck?
Clearly, this calls for another game of Solitaire.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have this up in the corner. So, conversation, content, Holiday Inn.
Yes.
How are your beans?
I've still got a cold. I'm slowly recovering. I feel like I should go to bed.
To be fair,
Sorry.
My beans are full of peas.
Your balls are full of pee?
What? No.
He has a ball of bees.
I don't even know why that's a meme.
Why, what does it mean? Just Pee is stored in the balls.
What the fuck? Canadians. Okay, Total T, I'm listening. And Heartbeat, how could you afford a Switch? It,
Oh, I am jealous.
I still don't have a Nintendo Switch, so I can't play whatever game just came out. I wish I could play with all of my friends who have a Switch. Stick a vacuum up my ass and suck the sadness out.
Suck the sadness out.
Well, that took a turn.
Have you seen the new Animal Crossing trailer for the Switch?
Is there a trailer for it, or is it just, oh hey, my name is Tom Nook, P.
That is and
Fuck it. Hello, my name is Tom Nook. P.
I mean, is
I don't give a
that what we want in every Animal Crossing game?
Tom Nook going pee.
Realistic P physics.
P physics, is that what you need to measure the height of camera lesbians or whatever?
Yes.
You forgot about that, didn't you, Tess?
No, I would never forget a camera lesbian.
Those
story to
good
this.
old lesbians. I'm probably gonna go to bed because that's probably the best thing for me right now. I shall talk to you guys soon. Have
Okay.
fun, stay safe, and remember
Okay.
to use... What?
Alex
Have
was
fun,
shooketh
stay-
when I told
Yeah.
him that condoms are advised for anal sex as well.
Huh?
That's one way to kill a conversation.
I thought you was going to say Alex was shook when you found out that you can't actually eat flavored condoms.
Okay, but for real, why the fuck do they exist?
I've said to you many a cake. They exist to. Actually, I don't even know because, like, you can't use them for regular sex because they're made of a thinner material which would tear really easily. But then you can't use them in the butt. So the only way you could experience them is with your mouth. But then, as Tess said, if you're giving head, you'd want to taste the head? What?
Now, this is taking my words slightly out of context. Total T, why does it matter? Nothing really matters.
What?
The universe is an illusion, the world is a hologram.
I was gonna go to bed.
But
Have fun.
then we all learned about the true nature of the testicles.
Have fun, stay safe, remember to use protection. Or don't have babies, I don't know.
Oh, the picture of Mary appeared in the as the stream thumbnail for a while, and I am flattened.
Okay, bye-bye.
Good boo.
Bye-bye.
Don't just shout pee at her on the way out. That's not how you goodbye at all. Christmas pudding tit. Honk honk. Sir, the breast milk is boob pee.
Yum.
No!
Yes.
This is what I have to put up with, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah,
Oh,
Tommy
you
gets
love me for it.
I do. I am arse over tits in love with you, and you have trouble dealing with that.
Meow.
Meow. Meanwhile, over on Twitter, very little is going on.
That reminds me. I got a notification on my phone earlier today that it's like Spyro the Dragon. You know, they've been revealing new character designs for the Reignited trilogy, and today they revealed a new design for what was the rabbit magician's name? Bianca.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, they revealed her new design, and as someone else put it, she kind of looks like Lola Bunny.
I'm not familiar.
Space Jam.
I only know the song.
Meow.
Okay, Total T. But, see, all the replies on Twitter are just, well, people are gonna make porn of this. Have you seen the redesign of Bentley, though? I mean, what?
Wow. Well, it happened with Alora. Who's to say it won't happen with Bianca?
But did it happen to Sheila?
I have no doubt it did.
I'm just looking through the Spyro Twitter feed, and, like, that is the Kate Winslet's tits of Spyro art. Nothing personal, it's just the most erotic, non-erotic drawing I've ever seen.
What?
I don't really know how to... I'll just put it in the chat, like, let me know how you all think, because, like, I don't know how to feel about this. It's a good drawing, it's just... Is it just me, or does it just look weirdly erotic? And Alex, I'll send it to you personally, because Discord, fine. After all, I need to repay you for all the lewd imagery you've been sending me lately. But there you go. Is that not just a thing? Like, it's good art, like, legit good art, but just... There's a bit of eroticness to it that I can't quite place. The official account retweeted it, so there can't be any penis in there, at least.
I guess.
Wait, did you just meme?
Maybe.
Parth. Faith. Sis. That's what this stream has become, just poop noises. Just poop. I can't go high because of my throat, but poop. I need you to fly. I'm depending on you to fly.
Poop.
What the frack, kid?
I disappeared.
That would be a good YouTube poop, but it has a couple of inappropriate jokes that I had to edit out when making that video. Otherwise, I'd share a link to it here and now. But alas, Ka is a state.
Car is a state?
Bless his little cotton socks. Okay, I'm back to looking at my YouTube channel once again, and I just happened to see the most recent episode of Wario Land 2 have been uploaded. It's your boy, Pomp Toasty, the SoundCloud rapper. God, that was like half a month ago. Holy piss shit in the Christian peanuts on the lump of rotten squash right outside the Havana, oh na na.
What the fuck?
Sis.
No, the word rapper did kind of remind me. I saw, I think I was on YouTube's front page. It was like, is like a music video from I think Kanye West and Lil Pump, where they became Roblox.
Oh, I've seen that screenshot. I don't know what it's from, but I've. Is that really what they're trying to do? Because it looked stupid. I'll give them that.
I haven't watched the video, and I have no plans to, but it does look very stupid.
Of course, Lil Pump is short for Lilium Pumpernickel. An ice cube, short for Icelandic cubicle. Who would have thought? See, I would expand that joke out to clearly Super Alex 641 is short for Superlative Alexander 6412575050249, but that isn't quite as funny.
No.
And TessHex literally is short for something, so the only thing about me that's short, in fact. What? So this kind of took a turn. Give it back, we must rotate. And now I'm facing sideways. Oh, also, Anodyne is now available on home consoles, so get it, it's good! Ah! How in the fuck did someone donate 15 euros to me during this stream? Because, like, what even is this stream?
It is something.
See, the tragic thing is, in all honesty, like, fucking pillow talk up in here, even after the stream ends, I want to continue this conversation with Alex, but I know that as soon as I hit the end stream button, he's going to abandon me like he always does. Sad face.
No.
He's only depriving himself, you know, because clearly my existence is that ebullient. What does ebullient even mean?
It's a perfectly cromulent word.
Turns out that it actually means cheerful and full of energy. Me, cheerful, ha!
Oh!
Though, it begs the question, how bad can a good girl get?
Get good!
How bad me be?
Dank mean!
Hang on, I need to find the... How bad can I be?
A girl can get bad bees and fuck 'em, and that's good. Ow!
Leg, 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 leg. Ah! Eggnog, 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 yum.
The scream always gets me on that one.
Well, I'm glad. Though, what I was going to say is it begs the question, has anyone really been far even has decided to use even go want to look more like?
Yeah?
Which just reminds me of when I was in high school and people tried to make laugh so hard my turban unravels and falls in my courier thing. Did not catch on, funnily enough. Good cough.
No, that reminds me of the one time you're like, I think you're like laying down on like these two rolling chairs or whatever, and so like a girl pulled the one chair out and he's like, "Oh, hi there," and she jump scared.
Yes. That was, I think it was my second year of college, like college, not university college, where I was doing a Japanese class, which was completely optional, but like I wanted to learn Japanese. And at some point, yeah, like the way the classroom was set out, like there was the door, and then like the classroom was like a U shape of like desks that were built into the wall that all had computers on, and there was like a load of comfy rolling chairs. And I got to class early because I had no life, and I still don't. And I saw that like because the way the chairs were tucked in, all I had to do was lie down on 2 chairs, or maybe 3, like depending on what would support my weight, and just roll them up under the desk. So I was like perfectly sort of like a fucking morgue, but horizontal, just hidden up against the wall. And this girl that I was friends with at the time, and like we've fallen out of touch because we were literally only friends for a year, but she came in and like went to her usual seat, which is usually next to me because we were friends, and like she goes to pull a chair out, and I'm just like, hi, and she's just yeet.
She azurited.
Basically, for people who aren't aware, just look up Azurite YT hand in face scare. I think it will be the thing. That was the thing that happened anyway.
Oh, the pimped out shredded wheat.
The pimped out shredded weed. Thing is, for the duration of you explaining that story, there were like it could have like shot off into several different directions at several points. Like it could have been a number of anecdotes on several. Like it could have been the sorry bed story. It could have been, okay, I can't mention that one on stream because it's unmentionable. But you know, that's one way to kill a conversation. Say something that I can't say and then not say it. But basically, Heartbeat, no, you missed nothing. Also,
Science.
Oh dear, that's another thing I can't talk about on stream. But it's weirdly related, funnily enough, which is why I can't talk about either of them. The things I do because of this Canadian floof.
Meow.
See, we're basically the Illuminati because we're going to watch this. Well, I'm going to watch this back, and I'm going to know exactly what I'm talking about, and you lovely people watching have no idea. And you'll never know, because it's really not something that can be spoken of in polite company. Suffice to say, I'm basically Alex's bitch, and I'm okay with that.
No.
Yeah. I'm just aware that, like, Sir Hat's been here the entire time as well. We're just living with Turkish Daddy being there.
Yum.
And now I just have the Me channel theme stuck in my head for whatever reason. So I'm just here like doot, 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 doot. So yeah, this is a really productive stream where I did nothing. Proof that kids these days will watch anything. And yet I feel obligated to keep it going because otherwise he'll abandon me. And I do so appreciate his company.
Why am I just imagining Monokuma just going, kids these days will watch anything?
Because despair entertainment.
And then the Monokub's just sitting in front of a TV.
I mean, that is kind of what the opening credits of Danganronpa V3 show them doing. But you've got me going now. I'm diving back down through the image files I have on this computer, just specifically so I could do a thing.
Hee.
So, from the people who brought you Here Comes Daddy, we have the sequel. Here Comes Daddy, but a second time, and this time he's a bear. Ba-da-da-da.
Yum.
You don't even know what I'm looking at, sir.
Considering what the images you look at, do I really want to know?
Sir?
Yeah?
You are responsible for that? You send those images to me?
And you don't object to it at all.
You're right, I don't. Wait. So anyway, this is memes. Oh. So, you know that picture I posted before of Spyro being Spyro? Well, someone's done a similar thing, but with Ridley. And, again, it's erotic without being sexually explicit. Huh.
Hmm.
Ha! Which just reminds me of all the times that well, I would say you inflict upon me games of smash or pass with the Super Smash Bros. Roster. Even my own answers surprise me sometimes. Totally. I've only seen bits of the Lorax, enough to at least get the reference to how bad can I be, and yet I'm going to say that I agree.
Yeah?
I married a thorax! Bees? The girl can get bad bees and fuck them, and that's good? How?
Leg, 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 leg.
Ah!
See, every time I hear that, I just imagine that one spread of Sayaka Mizono screaming.
Well, it works so well, is the thing. No, okay, hold on. Okay, everyone fuck everything for a second, but just... Alex,
Yes.
you won't appreciate this because you're Canadian and foreign, but for everyone else, Linda Martin is an egg. Conspiracy theory. Total T, I kind of relate because Steam. But Linda Martin is an egg, though.
Crunch.
You could peel the shells off of the eggs to make some delicious chips. Okay, but what else what other creamy memes can I have on stream? Creamy streamy memes, if you will. I mean, I could have the title card for Chapter 3 of Chaos Potentia Est, but I feel like most people either don't know or don't care. So...
It's a distinctly Bill Wirtz flavor.
That's what I was going for. Well, we do have one of my favourite meme formats of all time. Come and visit the Europe. We got land spikes, the naughty boys. What a music song. Aha, a boob. Some friends, and one whole cousin. I fucking love this meme format.
I can't remember if I showed you and got you hooked on it, or if you discovered it on your own, or what.
It was probably me, because it all started... Hang on, I want to see if I can find it. It all started with come and visit the ocean. Ah, yes. Come see the ocean. We got spikes, scrundles, blubble blubble, whales. Father Pellegrini, wanted men. Like, literally, just search for come and visit the ocean. Just do a Google image search for it and just...
I do remember showing you one of those kinds of memes, though.
Well, that was the first one I saw. I'm just, like, looking on Google Images now. We've got, wow, come and see, it's wet, but that's okay. The good King Andrew, benevolent leader. Low-income housing. Magician apprentices. Wise guys. Miserly bourgeoisie and their precious orbs. Oh, watchful scientists. Also, law enforcement.
I think you made one of your own, too.
Yeah,
like, come and visit the Discord.
Oh, I did. I made a Discord one as well. Because I made the Europe one, which is... I think both of these are on my Tumblr. I probably should end at some point after this, but... Alex, I beg you, please don't leave me. We just... Can we just talk? And, oh, there's another Alex here as well. I was addressing the sexy Alex, but thank you for also existing Alex Gibson. Okay, so here's the Discord one. Why not come on down to and try such Discord? Healthy Meme Squadron, Friend Rainbow. Circles, I guess? The Ringy Dingy Boy, Confession. Choices!
I like that you called me the sexy Alex.
Well, you are! Hey, I mean, the biggest trend on YouTube at the moment is YouTubers confessing shit. Well, I confess I don't know. I like him.
You say that like it's a secret.
Meow. The thing is, now all that's coming to mind is that GIF set of just, you want some fuck? With the birds. I don't even know how to Google it. If I just Google no Ron, go find Becky.
Well, that reminds me of that one image like that. It's like, gurglers, be quiet.
Okay, that I'm definitely gonna need to, like, I'm going to save it off Discord, because I know I sent it to you sometime comparatively recently. I just need to get back through all the pictures of Mucky Nugito and Bowser's ass! Literally live commenting as I'm scrolling through Discord. Yes, you can't see this. This is good. Oh, those are some other pics. If you scroll up through our chat history, you will see what I'm referring to, sir. Oh, nothing. I was just shaving my piano.
I think I have a good idea. I think I have a good idea of what you're reacting to.
Breast milk is just boob pee. I came across that again. And then, good lord, our shit is lewd out of context. How far back was this thing? I just want to put the gurglers on stream. That's a seashell. It looks like a butt plug, but it's a seashell. That's an ass.
Butt plug!
Ooh, ah. Ah, here we go. I found it. At what cost? But I found it. Okay. Let's just save this to my desktop. That's not the desktop.
Good job.
I literally saved the picture as good job as well, so... Clairvoyance. And happy birthday, Total T, even though it's not your birthday, you're just bald. Okay, so, here we go. Beepers, Obliteration Rocket and Flapjack Bill. Honkers, Chicken and Screamful Terror. Screechers, the Log Brothers. Squawkers, Gorgeous, Majestic, Tufted Squawker and Vicious Entrepreneur. Gurglers, Be Quiet. And Criminals, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I love this.
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O.
Nokia, Gentle Pee-Pee-Poo-Poo. I'm gonna have to find that now as well. Fucking hell. Well, there's a version of the Nokia logo that just says Doki Doki Literature Club, so off to a brilliant start.
Now I'm just reminded of the Australian Raven.
Yeah, Australian ravens don't know how to bird.
And Lily, this squad is on.
Okay, the first thing that came to mind was just your reaction to... Okay, I can't say that on stream. Anyway, Nokia Gentle Pee Pee Poo Poo. It's real. It's not just me. Shoo everyone
that's the
corn on
bobbies.
cob. Corn on the orb.
That reminds me of another thing I can't mention on stream.
Please stay in the call when we're done so you can say it to me. That being said, I probably should end the stream, because like at some point in this I meant to get to work on my scripts and I just have not, because we got sidetracked by Eurovision, by 15 euros of donation, and then this chuckle fuck. And sad. Bees. You know, that's a good note to end on. We'll just gaze into the abyss of Serhat, and then I said corn on the orb. We'll just. I think this is a perfectly good screen cap to end on. So, I know it's kind of abrupt, but then again, this stream lacked any format whatsoever. So, I guess I have been and will continue to be Serhat, apparently. Tessellating Hexagons, and the Canadian is also here.
Hey!
Show what image, Total T? I'm not Googling. The inside of your anus is warm enough to boil an egg.
Oh no, I'm not falling for this again.
What? There exists a variety of corn on the cob, but instead of corn, it's teeth.
You shall need to go to bed. What?
Okay, I wasn't going to, but I wasn't going to show this, but fuck my ass. Alex.
Yeah.
Slob on my knob like corn on the orb. That's it. We have definitely peaked now.
Yum.
You're welcome, Total T. Clearly this means that you must join the Patreon at the highest possible tier, donate your firstborn son, and eat a leg.
Just consume an entire leg, like.
I done forgot how to have a leg, how to have a leg, how to. I can't breathe. I have no idea how to breathe. Don't worry, I'm a doctor of psychology. And other references. No, Total T, you're not Canadian enough.
Yeah?
But yes, I was probably going to end. I don't know for certain. I don't know. I'm too unpredictable because lol random.
No.
Ha. You saw nothing. Okay, I was going to end. So I shall end, and Alex is probably about to abandon me, and I will be very, very sad. So, good night, everyone.
Bye.